All right, welcome everyone to our game of the month for the Lancer RPG system. Today, we're going to take a dive in and do a live actual play of the game, using a little bit of a homebrew scenario I cooked up. Big thing too. So this is our game of the month. So if you look down at the kind of the sliding screen, there is going to be a giveaway for the PDF. If you throw mech into the chat, you will have a chance to at the sometime throughout the game, I'll say, win a copy of the PDF for the Lancer system. Unfortunately, they make it easy. There's a way to give it as a gift versus having to buy gift cards or do some of the other ways we've had to do it for other games. So this would be a much smoother process for that one. So throw mech, and I'll throw a little thing in the chat too, so you see it. Yeah, eye contest. If you type mech into the chat, it will log you in there with the Nightbot to keep track of you and potentially get you a copy of the system. Before we introduce the characters, we are going to go a little bit of what's the scenario. So with this one, I did a little bit of kind of generic sci-fi. I know the Lancer has its own setting, but I wanted to make it kind of easy for everybody to get into. It's a little bit of the scenario right now. The team members of the party are kind of a member of Nova Flight, an elite Lancer group who serves as law enforcement for the planet, and Suvisvar. Suvisvar is kind of a small colony, just kind of on the edge of the Galactic Federation, but is recently being pushed against by the Crimson Imperium, who's on the warpath. They use mechanized forces, so think a lot of droids and androids and large kind of robot piloted mechs. They're kind of going on a crazy crusade through the galaxy, pushing closer and closer to the Galactic Federation, with Sluisvar right on their warpath. Unfortunately, so far it's a small colony. It doesn't have too much to defend it outside of Nova Flight and our lucky crew here, who will be a part of its defense, trying to at least buy enough time with a desperate mission to protect the colony. And before we go too much further, let's see what everybody's get a little bit of a feel for their pilot and their mech. So I'm gonna go in order, and I may mispronounce this one. Is it Polo for yours? Polo, perfect.
That's right. Well, I didn't give him too much of a backstory because really he doesn't have one. He was a product of a very large company, a test tube super soldier, brought up, made for war, and then the company went bankrupt. So he was sold off to one of the highest bidders, which there weren't too many, and that's how he ended up working for a police force.
Perfect. What does he look like, and what does his mech look like?
He is a big beefy boy with a bit of a mohawk. He likes big guns and big punches. And his mech is a reflection of him, also big, also beefy. Looks like a bit of a bluish and orange kind of a mix to it. He's loud, proud, and ready to throw down.
Nice. All right. Next up, we got Clown. Burger, what's your PC look, or what's your character pilot look like? I should say. What's your mech look like, and tell us a little about him.
The funny thing is, I actually do have a lot of backstory for this one right here, but to summarize for good old Garmin, well, he was brought up on a ocean world, far out, where most of the livable habitats were underwater, and unfortunately, there's a lot of bones in that ocean. And further, unfortunately, Garmin's ashamed to admit that he put his fair share of amount of those bones in there. So he eventually got taken off to a penal colony, and he, well, he was there for a long time before those were done away with. And after the fact, after getting some help, realizing that it was quite actually crazy and just needed a bit of help, he's trying to seek redemption. He's trying to get that redemption for some of the evil things he's done in the past life. Uh, how he looks like is very prematurely aged. He's not even in his middle age. He's barely 30, but his hair's gone white. You can see his veins. His skin's very sickly. But uh, despite that, he seems to be doing kind of well for himself. He's a tall, beefy dude. Kind of got small hands. Really broad shoulders. Kind of stocky, not too defined in terms of muscle, just beefy boy. Um, let's see here. He has that trope I like in some characters where their eyebrows are so big you don't see their eyes. That I love that honestly. Something to note in terms of personality is man constantly tells stories of his past, but it's hard to tell which ones are real and which ones were the craziness. Lots of crazy things happen under the sea. Um, Now, in terms of his equipment, what he carries around with him, and his mech, it's all very deep sea based. Even his armor is like this old, heavy duty diving suit made to like go under the water and survive the pressure. It's got a drill attached to it, and the same can kind of be said for his mech. Intended, possibly intended originally for like going underwater, mining, collecting materials, and surviving the deep pressures. That has made it very bulky, a little bit slower, and very, very hard hitting. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, I think that's all Garmin, unless I forgot something.
Perfect.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
one last thing. Uh, he's attempted to paint it like a clown, and a lot of the white paint has flaked off at this point. But it's still, if you squint, you can see the clown face. And on top of that, he has a little ritual every time he goes out for a mission. Either him or he'll get someone else to take some paint onto their hand and just slap the top of it.
Nice.
And
All right.
yeah, that's good.
Not last but not least, we got Blink. What's your pilot and mech look like? And tell us a little bit about your PC.
My character, her name is Amira Trejo. She is an ex special ops sniper. She deserted and was arrested and then brought back, and has been stationed here as kind of a punishment.
Nice.
She wears light armor, just enough where she can reposition herself very quickly, and she keeps her sniper rifle with her at all times. Her call sign is Blink, because if you blink, you're dead.
Nice.
Whenever you're in her line of fire. And then her mech, which I've named Paradise, is a much more slimmer model, kind of almost blue stained metal throughout most of it. It carries a very heavy anti-material rifle, as well as a few clusters for missiles to swarm out. And it's just light. The mech is a more slimmer build, just so it can also reposition in battle easier.
Perfect. Well, these are the crew that makes up Nova Flight, defending the what some say the doomed planet of Suvisvar. You've got kind of the colony defenses set up against the large Imperium, who's just kind of getting closer day by day. You see initially as you kind of get alerts all throughout the system and look up and you see just warships dotting the sky, almost casting an overcast over the city, just as pod after pod of pod begin blasting off from their ships and come hurtling towards the cities of Slusvar. And you guys are activated. They call in Nova Flight into the capital city to help defend off some of the forces. You guys are kind of sit right to where the chaos is thickest. You see kind of a grouping of the Imperium forces, and you guys see just kind of you kind of come through. Just they are laying havoc to the city. You see the Imperium. They've got two of their kind of foot soldiery mechs on the field. You see that one of them has these just long blades attached to the forearms of its mech, and you see it just going through, taking out defenses. Some of the local armed forces just are being cut down. They're not able to stand against the lance's effectiveness as this armed sword bot kind of goes through and just chops down anything that stands against it. You also come across this bot that looks like it's standing in the distance, somewhat commanding the other forces, but you see it's got a large rifle built into its nose, almost like a turret-like nose extending from its humanoid frame, and it is just blasting off shots. Anything that looks like it's standing up towards the melee bots, you see the sniper just going through and just powering up its rifle and blowing through it. You guys see, even though it's been a short time since these guys have landed on Suvisvar, they have caused a bit of havoc. There's debris everywhere, smoke filling the air, dust just caking the ground as these rhythmic shatterings as the Imperium forces begin to try to conquer and bend the planet to its will. We're going to start off pretty hot for this one. So we're going to start off with the combat in the system. For the viewers, I've included all the. This one of the nice things. One of the best things I'll say with the Lancer system is like the PDF has a ton of like bookmarks where to find like important things, and it has like all of, like the like player's guide type things, like things some systems will charge extra for, you have to buy on their own, all within the bookmark. So, and even in the big book or the physical book too. So take a look at that. If you've got the overall physical book, copy it. If you've got the PDF, just download it. You can throw it into your tabletop or print it off for your players and make life a little bit easier. But let me actually throw you guys over to the map.
Ooh.
And while I'm doing that, so you guys kind of talk this through. So this system does initiative a little bit different than a lot of others. So with most systems, you have to roll initiative to see who's going first. This system, unless it's a surprise round, the player group starts first. But it's not like everybody goes at once. What they do is it kind of takes turns. So you guys get to choose one of your number that gets to go first. And then I get to make one of the bad guys go next. And then it kind of takes turn, vice versa. So kind of a real turn-based RPG style on that one. So I'll let you guys talk that out. Let me throw you on the battlefield.
Is anybody itching to go first?
I necessarily wouldn't volunteer to go first, but I do get from crack shot and from gunslinger two things that benefit attack on the first turn.
Well,
Ooh.
I mean, when you put it like that,
It's
I'm not gonna argue.
Strong argument there.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to, but it's better if I do.
Yeah. Oh, I know what that mech is.
All right. So you guys, you see this chaos. You can put yourselves anywhere, kind of that first before like this. Let me ping it. Before this little piece over here. Oops, that's not Roll20. That's Twitch. There we go. Anywhere before this piece of there, you can throw your guys down. You see a lot of these just kind of, and you all would know these two. These are the Imperium BR1 mechs. These are droid piloted, so there's no human inside of them. They are close range. They've used these kind of carbon fiber blades to pretty lethal efficiency. But they don't have long range options. They do have some defense. They can reflect occasionally, ranged blast shot at them, but they're mostly a close up work. And the other one is the Imperium SR1. This uses kind of a built in rifle. And it just pounds out damage as creatures come towards it. Oh, so that's weird. I still expect. I would just put the turnover up. That really doesn't matter as much. Since we don't need to roll
Old habits, huh?
But before I kick it over to you guys, I will throw out one reminder to the viewers. We are giving away a copy of the Lancer PDF. So to jump in, throw mech into the chat. Let me throw up the little thing too. And if you type mech in, our Nightbot will capture that in there and put you in the line for the giveaway. So you guys are up first, and I think Blink, you're taking that first go.
All right. In that case, I will. So the range on my anti-material rifle, it's 20, and normally that's just 20 squares, right?
Yep. So you should be able to.
Yeah, that's 11 squares.
Yeah.
So I'm going to with crack shot, I can steady my aim as a protocol. I can steady my aim, and then I become immobilized until the start of my next turn, but I gain +1 accuracy to any attack I make with a rifle.
Nice.
So, and then I get +1 accuracy on my first turn with any ranged weapon from Gunslinger. So I'd like to use that to try and hit this one right here.
Go for it.
First roll.
17, yeah. That's
actually a 19.
Sweet. Yeah. And which one are you shooting at again? This guy?
Yeah, this one.
This guy at the back?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that'll hit. Nice. You got 9 damage too. So yeah, how does that look? Is it still up? I definitely felt it, but how does it look as that blast collides with it?
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. So in her cockpit, she just kind of it's kind of aligning her targeting systems, and then as it kind of just charges and then lets it loose, it just magic kind of just tears through something as it hits.
Perfect. Yeah, you see kind of a large, just smoking divot appear into the Imperium SR1 droid. And you see its barrel kind of just shift slightly to the right as it takes aim at you a bit. Thanks Grand Rapids for the subscriptions too. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
I don't know if this means anything now, but those are armor piercing. So I do ignore any features that are armored.
Solid. Perfect. Anything else you can do on your turn?
I think that's really just about it.
All right. Sweet. So yeah, the other sniper is gonna go up. You see it kind of turn its barrel towards you, rocks back on its kind of hinges, and you see like a large blast forming in its mouth. In its turret, and it's gonna take a shot at you. As you see this sniper droid kind of spin through. Oh, there it is. This guy is accurate too. So there we go. It's not rolling that way. Yeah, so you see it kind of pop back through, spinning on its hinges, and it takes its anti-material rifle shot. 13. Does that beat your evasion?
Just barely.
Just barely. So you see it kind of rock back, still smoking from the damage you hit it with. It just lets out a blast towards you with its anti-material gun just rifling off. So that's okay. So 2 damage on that side. That's a nice thing too with this one. The NPCs do flat damage to make it a little bit easier so they don't roll. So nothing too crazy on that one. And then who's next on the player team?
I would
Go
like
for
to go next.
Go.
Go for it, Cloud.
All right. I'm going to be honest. Garmin's probably on the comms, telling the story like before the go of the person, as he's just. I'll tell what he's saying after the turn's going, but I'm gonna use an ability of this mech immediately, called initiative. Oh, I can't look at it. That's it. It shows in chat, but it's called initiative. Once per scene, the Everest may take a quick action as a free action.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And he's gonna start boosting. So 1, 2. Movement's a little weird in this. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he'll boost again as another quick action. He's getting right in this sniper's face.
Nice.
So let's see here. That should leave him with 1 regular quick action. No. Yeah. It should. So he has 1 more quick action. He's gonna start bopping. And the funny thing about this, he clearly has weapons. He's got a big old drill arm. He's got a shotgun, two kind of knife attachments. He's just punching this thing. I took up brawler. I really liked how it looked.
Nice. That will hit. Nice damage too on that one too. That bumps it down, so it's gotta make a structure check because that bumps it down. So one of the things too with this system is pretty cool. So you got your HP, but you also have structure damage. So whenever you go below go to 0 HP, it kicks it into structure. And they've got to roll a d6 with high being better, low being worse. So middle. What's middle? System trauma. Parts. What? So outside does it go? So on a 1 to 3. Yeah. So roll me a d6. You can see what you knock off the mech.
I hope it's a leg.
So what is 4 to 6? You can knock off a system of the mech of your choice. So you see for its systems, it's got a kind of a selected loader device. It's also got a what's it called, jump jet device to kind of let it float in the air if it needs to. Those are the only 2 systems this one has. But what do you knock it off?
Jumping thing. Keeping this lad out of the air, and I'm gonna do the quick thing.
You're gonna overheat?
Yeah. He's gonna overheat. So he's gonna attempt to grapple.
All right. That's not a rule I've looked up. Do you know how to grapple offhand? I can definitely look it up.
Nope, not at all.
I don't know how it works. I just want to do it.
Let me look that up. So that's one of the good, the hard things with these systems is everybody, especially for grapple. I think every system does it like very different,
and it's never simple. It's never. Okay, yeah, a duh.
Oh, where is grapple?
Okay.
Oh, I should have to pull up my. So the
page 69 on the PDF.
All right, page 69. So you try to hold a target to grapple. Make a melee attack on a hit. That's easy.
More fisticuffs. Oh, that's unfortunate.
What'd you get on it? About
9.
oh yeah, you see it's sparking, smoking, but it just dodges aside.
Yeah, and for the story old Garvin's telling is, give me 1 second to remember.
And then
All
don't
right.
forget to mark a heat too.
Oh, I absolutely remembered. So he'll be telling like, yeah, way back when I was wrestling with a mud crawler. Those things the biggest people. They was trying to eat my face off. I swear, if I didn't have Big Stare, I think I will be. So I told him to like take the shot, but this thing's face was in my face, and honestly, I was having a hell of a time. But when I told Biggs, listen, I love Biggs. When I told him to take the shot, I did not mean with buckshot. Uh,
Love the
I,
accent, man. I don't know if it kind of Bubba Guff is what I'm getting.
yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the vibe I'm picking up.
Oh, and how does it look as you take out its jump jets?
just going in, smashing the thing that looks important. Just big hammer, crunch, like Sabotage. As he just speeds it down. You know how trains go choo choo,
Yeah.
but submarines, at least the ones I could be completely wrong, but they kind of go honk. For this, honk honk.
Perfect. Well, you get that honk out there, cripple his jump jets, and get everything blazing through. Uh, all right. Sweet. So that's your turn. You did the overheat mechanic, which is pretty sick for this one. And let's move over to one of the mini mech BR mechs. It's seeing you go and take out hit the sniper. You see one of the mechs roll through, dual blades attached to its arm. It just kind of comes up with a blade held high and tries to stab it in to the clown or to clown's mech. Let's see how this goes for him.
Yeah, that's very much it.
All right, so you see him jab that in there. The blade connects for 2 damage to your whole HP.
You fool! I went all whole.
So you just see kind of a small scratch emerge as the BR1 makes its move. All right, last but not least, Polo, you're up.
Well, Polo is going to. There we go. He is going to go ahead and take a step back, a step up, and unload with his assault rifle on that one right there. It ain't pretty and flash like a beam rifle, and it's not a much flourish as what Clown's doing over there, but he hopes it's enough. Now where's that sheet?
And which one are you shooting at again?
That one right there.
Perfect.
Yep. A little closer than I wanted to be.
All right. That may hit. That will hit. Take him out. How does that look as you end that mech's life?
So, a very tidy and neat grouping of holes props up in the middle of this mech's like chassis. Probably where the important bits that where that droid brain lies, and it falls backward in a very just dead slump, just pump, and the ground kind of shakes with the weight of it, and that's the end of that one. All right, one down.
All right, and you may still have another attack left.
I wasn't sure if I read the rules right, but is it that I can't do the same thing twice, so I can't attack twice, or I read that incorrectly?
So you can't use. Basically, kind of depends on what you're doing. So each turn you get to choose between 2 action types, like the main action where you can do barrage, which you fire 2 different weapon types, the quick action, which you can like boost and do one attack or boost and something like that. So it kind of depends. Does he have any other weapons on?
I didn't stat those out. I had them on the ComCon app, and I just didn't get it transferred over to Roll20.
Oh yeah, no worries. Just roll a d20 and we'll figure it out.
Okay. Missile rack? That might be a little too big. I'm not sure if that would work, but let's see.
Oh yeah, missile rack. I think it's an auxiliary one. So yeah, you could.
Yeah. Okay. Whoa. And our boy is and that.
Oh, nice.
So we're the one right behind him.
All right. I'm not even gonna roll for his deflection attack. How do you finish him on that?
So with that one hitting the ground, he's going to kind of just put down his rifle and put down his rifle to his side, and then let loose with a missile barrage of the one right behind him. Kind of just without missing a beat, just pop, and then out go the missiles right as this one's hitting the ground. And then a nice tasty explosion over there, rocking the world around us just a bit. Yeesh. That's a nice first turn.
You lay waste to him. And also, I'll explain this to you just in case you want to and run get a little risk like Burger did. But there is the overheat mechanic, which I like it. So it's like action surge with a cost a little bit. So you can gain heat, and it steadily gets worse the more you do it in the combat at the expense. And heat's kind of like what's a good way to. So it's a big mech, so it's like a huge reactor. So the more heat, the more things are going to go wrong. You have a heat cap, and anything over that heat cap, you've got to do some heat rolls on. But if you wanted to push, you can get another quick action, which would be another attack.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's get spicy, and let's make it rain with the assault rifle towards that one over there. Yeah, solid 10.
All right. I think that just hits. They are going to try their. So that's a nice thing with this. Oh, all right. That's going to go differently. So you see this one. You line up a shaky shot at it. It brings its blade up. It is able to intercept the shot. So make an attack again. But unfortunately, this time it is versus you.
Oh boy.
Yes, I don't think that hits you.
I think that does.
Oh, does it? What's your evasion?
Hold on. Let's see. Actually, no, 9.
Sweet.
So just under.
You see it kind of bringing up its blade in just like a crazy style, just like droid-like efficiency. Kind of just captures each one of them and manages to bounce a few back your way, but luckily they just narrowly missed the mech. Oof. That's nasty. It's rare that I see him make the attacker have to roll against themselves on the hit. That's a little bit nasty one of that. All right. So the crew has gone. There are 2 mechs left. They are going to dash in and get some fun going. So they've got 5 speed. So that one can make it to you. And the other one is going to use the quick action to boost, and then a quick action to attack. So you see the other 2 just kind of dodging into the fray, their blades extended. They're going in for some quick slashes against the Nova Flight mechs. So first on Blink, you see he's going to make 1 slash with this carbon rifle, or carbon fiber blade.
Yeah.
I think that will connect. So you see it kind of slash in and do a deep gouge into the armor. The one next to Polo, unfortunately, you've got both of its arms rolling this time. So you see it kind of make a exit motion, especially after seeing it blow up 2 of its comrades. This droid is going out for vengeance.
Oh, yeah. Oh. All right. So that's 2. Ouch.
Oh, well, I think just 1 hit on that one. Because the 6 definitely shouldn't hit you there.
No. All right, so that's 2 damage.
2 damage.
Yep.
All right. So we're back at the top of the round. So players, you guys are up. I have to put a quick shout out though for anybody that just joined the stream. Throw iMech into the chat. Actually, just throw mech into the chat. I didn't get you into the running for the free PDF of the Lancer system, which will be given away a little bit later today. But I will turn it back over to the players. I think you are. I'm not positive. I think you are locked into your turn order. So we'll say you are. And Blink, you are up.
All right. So I'm going to, after taking this hit, Blink, she's going to immediately, her anti-material rifle is going to be stowed, and she pulls a smaller thermal rifle and is going to attack this one.
All right.
And that is, does a 6 hit?
6 does not hit. You see it kind of just definitely slip to the slide, keeping its blades right near your face.
I'm going to, can I take a heat to attack again?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then looking again.
That'll hit.
And if I can't, I have the javelin rockets. They're
he is going. So he's gonna. That may have taken him down, but he quickly blinks his blade up with another 6. It sends that back your way. So make a thermal rifle attack against yourself.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll do it.
So you see it kind of catch the energy beam on its rifle or on its blade and just kind of swiftly bring it back your way. Once again, it is brutal. It makes you roll for your own attack, but that's how they wrote it.
Okay. I can't do more than 1 heat in a turn, can I?
You can,
1 per turn.
Just 1 per turn, and remember it does have escalating.
Because I was gonna see if I could use my javelin rockets, which were I could pick 3 spaces, and if they don't move by the next turn order, they get hit with missiles.
Because the thermal rifle is a main, you've only took 1 thermal or 1, and then a quick action thermal. So you still have, if you did your main action barrage, another weapon attack. You can do another.
I could do my Sharanga missiles.
Okay. Unfortunately, you see, it just kind of moves aside again, just kind of narrowly dodging the swarming missiles.
So the thing with those is they can actually go after 2 different targets.
Oh, okay.
So I roll that twice.
Unfortunately, just narrowly misses him.
And then I can once a scene, Everest can take any quick action as free action, so I'm just going to boost away.
Okay. Sweet. So it is going to take. I forgot what they call it in this system, but it's pretty much an attack of opportunity. They may call it an attack of opportunity, but I'm not fully aware because it's got a reach of 2 with that carbon fiber blade. So it is going to try to slash at you as you boost away in your mech. I think does that catch you at 12?
If it meets, it beats.
It just catches you. You see it cut into your armor as you fly away. All right.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, you got him grappled, don't you? Or did that grapple miss?
The grapple missed, unfortunately.
Grapple missed. Okay. You're gonna get a chance too. It is going to quick action boost away from you. So you can try to grappling or not grappling. You could try to make an attack against it as it leaves your threat range.
If this guy's running, I'm gonna help him. I have knockback 2 on my thingamabob, my fisticuffs.
Get out of here. Oh,
No!
You see it, just the rockets flare just before you can get him up there. Get the fist into it, and it just narrowly evades you. You do see it turn its barrel towards you and take a blast at the clown's mech.
Garvin just suddenly interrupting his own story. Bring it on!
You see the turret power up and lance out some anti-material energy at your mech. Does that hit?
Yes.
All right. So 2 energy damage on that, or 2 energy on that side to the mech. All right. You are up though.
So, can I do heats at the beginning of my turn?
Oh, like overcharge?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it anytime. Remember though, this is gonna be your second time doing it. I think it's 1d3 now. Yep.
Yes, I'm banking on that. I'm hoping it's a 2 or a 3.
Oh, did you take what's it? Yep.
Yeah.
All right. What is it called? It's like overheating reactor, core critical or something like that.
Nuclear cavalier with aggressive heat bleed.
Nice.
I'm in the danger zone.
Danger zone. That's
How about half?
All right.
So this lad right here, my first 2 quick actions, I'm a boost and then ram to try and knock this guy back. I took the juggernaut, so my ram has +1 something. I don't know what that.
Probably +1 accuracy. So this system, rather than do like a disadvantage or advantage, does accuracy and difficulty. So you can add +1 d6 or -d6. So that one you add 1 d6 to your roll, and there's like a little thing at the top of the Roll20 screen that'll let you add that in.
All right. Also, if this goes off, he gets knocked back 2 additional spaces.
All right. Let me pull up the RAM rules real quick.
So point blank boost straight into this guy to like shoulder bash him away.
Does your fist, your brawler stuff, does it add damage to your rams too?
Does ram do damage to begin with?
It doesn't do damage, but I wasn't sure if the brawler did.
Not.
Oh.
So
you don't need to boost the ram though. So you could just ram them normal.
No. I get the extra bonuses from boosting first.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. So you just make a melee attack.
All right. So melee attack. Boom. Oh, that would have been good damage.
That would have been superb damage. You knock them flat. What else does your boost do? What do you know for the extra roll? Does it do anything else special?
I think it knocks him. In total, it knocks him back like 3 spaces.
How does that look? Actually, I'll let you describe that.
First, I forgot to roll the d6. Let me toss that in there.
Oh, yeah, and with this too. So let me make sure I'm remembering that right, because I think it was weird. I kept rereading it. Crits are weird in this. So I think that counts as a crit. Dirty 20 pluses count as a crit. I'm pretty sure. We'll say it is for right now. And I'll check the rules just to make sure, but I'm like 90% sure because I reread it a couple times, so I wasn't sure on it. So with a crit, even though it doesn't do damage, how do you kill that guy?
We don't get to see it. He did a little bit of a nick into the paint job, probably with the hands, and then Garvin just switched from being this nice cheery guy to pure rage and murder, and punches this guy so hard he just flies off. We don't see where he lands. He's just gone.
You guys hear just kind of a loud, just like whistling noise, just soaring through the air, and just minutes later, a crash and crunch.
And he's still got this movement. He's gonna start coming up. He's gonna punch, and he's got +2 damage. I am in pain.
Nice, that will hit. This guy has a 10.
Oh,
Yeah, that's with this thing, since it's low modifiers, they usually have low evasion. 10's usually pretty decent evasion. So yeah, that connects. Do you have +2 with that, or is that +2 already added in?
I did not add the +2 in yet, so it's gonna be a total of 9 damage.
Finish the sniper.
So as he just yeets one into the distance, just completely gone, he comes up to this, grabs it, corrects it like a crab, and tosses it aside, and just continues his story. Just like, yeah, I got a bunch of buckshot in my shoulder, completely destroyed my cheekbone while I was hanging out, but it was okay afterwards. The doctors just popped it back in, put some metal in here, and that's how I got that scar on my cheek. That'll be his.
So oh, those guys are dead. Yes. So who is up? Oh, Polo, you are up next. As the cloud finishes his story. So I thought you guys' comm channel was just gonna go in this whole time, and you're hearing about how I was cracked some crawfish.
Yeah, well, Polo's, I guess, lucky for Clown that this isn't a deep space mission. Otherwise, he would have run out of air a long time ago. He's going to do what he does best. And is there, in this system, is there like a disadvantage for trying to fire with a ranged weapon at an adjacent target?
I think it's -1 accuracy, if I'm remembering right.
And that's rolling a d6, right?
That's right.
Okay, well, let's see. Because I didn't think to get a melee weapon. So, Yahoo!
Nice.
All right, and then subtract. Hey!
That should hit. Let's see how these guys. I feel like recharge and breath weapons I have really good luck with. A 4 just beats it. So you get to make an attack on yourself.
Nice. All right. Well, let's see. Of course it is. What else would it be?
So you
Wait,
see,
doesn't that count as a crit?
Yeah. Right?
that would count as a crit. So you roll. Did it already do it for you? So you do roll 2d6. I think you take the higher for it.
Oh, okay. So I just roll one more d6 then. Hey. It would have been a lot worse.
So yeah, you just take 3. So with this one, you don't double it up like you would for 5e, but you double the dice and you take the better dice. So you would take the 3 damage instead of the 2.
Well, Polo here is what the hell? All right. Man, I really thought that was gonna work. Screw it. It's heat time. Let's add another thing. Where do I track the heat at in this page?
So I think it's in the top left-hand corner. Let me pull up a sheet real quick.
It's the overcharge, the one that goes 1 d3 and then d6.
All right. Well, never mind that then. So I roll it. All right. Let's get hot and let's go ahead and fire another shot at this guy.
Perfect. And then don't forget to track your heat too in the little heat thing by your help HP bar.
So all right. So that's 2. Okay. So do I attack first and then roll a d3, or how does that work?
You can roll the d3 before.
All right.
So that should put you up to 4 heat.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Not doing that again. And now another shot. 1d6. All right. 14.
Perfect. That will hit. They can only do one reaction per round, so finish him.
Finish him. All right. Well, I guess he almost expects him to try to throw the thing back at him again. Like, so he kind of like jukes him like, oh, wait. And another, pop, 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 and it falls backward. So I get 2 quick actions, right?
That's right.
And I use heat, so I still have an action left.
Yeah, so you still have one quick action left. Yeah, because you did one shot and heat, and so you've got 1 quick action left.
And wait, does
right?
heat give you 2 quick actions?
No, because I think he took a quick action, then heat, and he's got another quick action. Because remember with this one, you can choose either between a full action or 2 quick actions, and you can do heat for another quick action.
So can I take I guess I don't really need to move. Overwatch on the last one.
Oh yeah, definitely. Do you need to roll anything for Overwatch right away? I can't remember.
If they attempt to move, no. It's just attack a nearby target if they attempt to move from the reference sheet.
Perfect.
So
So then they are up next. They are going to tip to move. You see him running right to you, blades outstretched. Can you shoot him before he gets you?
Let's see.
That'll hit. Let's see. As long as he rolls below a 4. These guys are the Imperium does not spare any expense when it comes to its droids. Right, so unfortunately, you get to make an attack against yourself, and it is going to run up, blades outstretched, and make 2 slashes with its carbon fiber blade up and then down.
Well,
listen, there's an easy way to circumvent this. Don't use a weapon.
Or it's ranged weapons, so they can't reflect melee. So just get in, start punching them like the clown bot.
I'm gonna be honest. I took a bunch of melee weapons and realized I don't use melee weapons. I just use.
Play a little rock 'em sock 'em robot.
Gosh. That's what we're doing. Is just rock 'em sock 'em. Thankfully, the attack on myself misses, but everything else seems to connect. So that's another 4.
Yep. But the good thing is the party's back up.
All right. And I think that brings us to our resident sniper.
That's right, Blake.
Yep. I'm going to move over here. And I am going to... First, I am going to anti-material rifle. And since I'm making that with a ranged weapon, I get +1 accuracy. That's a 10.
All right, that will hit. He's already used his thing. So take him down.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
There's just a hole right through the middle where any sort of like central processing unit would be, and it's just on the way out. It's kind of just like smoking, and you see bits of wire and stuff like melting.
Whew, that's a relief.
I probably could have done a little better.
Well, the important thing is that it's not a problem anymore. Clown, you finished links about, was it a plate in your head or?
Oh, can I unmute him on my comms now?
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was my whole cheekbone got blasted off by a shotgun, my babe. So we made up. It's made up over it with drinks later on.
That explains. Anyway, well, we did it.
Ain't
None
even
of
the
us
only
died.
thing that wrong with my head.
All right. So Polo's gonna go ahead and prod the one of the droid mechs and say, you think the scrap is worth anything?
Maybe take their weapons, though. Always useful.
Carbon fiber? Huh. Yeah. You know what? I could use something that's a little close up. I don't know why I've been neglecting to get something like that for so long.
I don't know. I want to take whatever that sniper had.
So he had an anti-material rifle. They've got the carbon fiber blades as well. So you guys can definitely pick that up. Oh, thanks, Doomer. So you guys, you see the battlefield around you, the Imperium forces that were kind of scattered away, holes blown into their armor as you guys have taken down the scouting party. You do get a comm, and you see appearing before you guys in your cockpit the face of your commander, Colonel Zuko. You see an older human. He's got kind of dirty, kind of peppery gray hair. He's got after using the Zuko name, it got added in by the players. He's got a burn mark on the side of his face, and he comes aboard and comes onto the hollow screen and goes, "Good work, Nova Flight. Things aren't looking good though. We got a mission for you, and it may be a one-way trip."
Another one.
Hmm?
Well, where are we going?
You see him kind of nod and shake his head. Says, "Hate to ask it of you, but we need time." You kind of see him shrug and goes, "You're the best, and you're the only. So take that as you will."
Well, I'm in need of a few repairs.
Yeah, same.
You see him kind of go, and unfortunately, time's not on our side, friends. The Imperium is sending wave after wave of troops. You all, no matter how talented you are, there's not enough of us to hold the planet. We need time to get the people off and evacuate. But there's too many of these damn droids around. No matter any way we start an evacuation, they'll just come and just rip our forces apart. What we need you to do is to sneak aboard the flagship of the Imperium and take down and go in and hack their droid control system. You can't take it down for good, because if you do, the droids will go into autopilot mode and think for themselves. But if you can hack it, put something in that just corrupts their code and keeps them frozen for long enough, it may buy us a window to start launching our refugee ships and get the hell out of here.
Don't worry, Captain. We'll get it done.
You can count on us.
You see him he nods and goes, "Cloud, I heard you on the comms. Remember security protocols, comm, safety. You have to only call out when you've got a mission with critical detail. That's not about crawfish."
See, Captain, as the objective is to overwhelm the enemy with information. They won't know what we're talking about. What's on that channel? Is this a cooking channel? Move on.
You see he kind of pauses and thinks and goes, "Fair point. Carry on, Cloud."
Garvin's just got a big old toothy smile on his face.
What the hell do I cover for you?
Thank you. I'll treat you a drink later.
Well, if we're gonna be sneaking on, we better start heading that way.
I'll complete the distraction, okay?
Well, I guess
if
let's
you
make our
want.
way.
All right, so you guys, you see him come. The colonel goes. I'll submit a sit rep to your devices. You all, as always, have mission latitude to determine where you think your best approach will be. But just know this is utmost importance. We can't afford to let any of our refugee ships be taken down. So do whatever you do and do it well. Over and out. You guys see as you look through kind of three different approaches that you could take towards the flagship of the Imperium that's kind of hanging in orbit above the planet. You see this planet's got a little bit of a kind of interesting space area around it that makes it a little bit disruptive to make the way to the colony, but also makes it pretty nice if you're trying to get somewhere without being noticed. So you've got one side, you've got a little bit of an asteroid belt that you guys would need to kind of maneuver through with your transporter jets. That would it kind of covers your approach, but you've got swarming asteroids that may make life a little bit difficult for you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Is this a lower zero grav environment?
Yeah, that would be zero grav. Yep.
Wonderful, because I have an EVA module.
Nice. What does that do?
I have a propulsion system suitable for use in low or zero gravity environments and underwater, and I can fly and are not slowed in these environments.
Perfect.
That's one of us.
All right. The other one, you guys see kind of on the other side of the space, the sun within the system is a little bit unstable. It's nothing that's going to be, usually if you're on planet, you really don't even notice it. And if you take the smart approach to orbit, to kind of reach the system's orbit, it's never really a difficulty. But you can kind of go through the chaotic kind of radiation and solar flariness of the unstable sun above the planet, and that'll certainly mask your journey. But it's gonna heat up your mechs quite a bit, and there's definitely a chance to take some radiation damage as you're crossing so close to the unstable sun. And then finally, the other option to reach that capital ship. As you guys go in, John Rambo style, and just start shooting, blazing your way through, and try to beat your way through the waves and waves of Imperium soldiers and try to reach the flagship. So it's up to you guys. What are you thinking?
I mean, the briefing only says, yeah, but the briefing only says waves twice, so it can't be that twice. Who am I kidding? That last fight wasn't an easy one. I guess we could try to be quiet. Clown, I realize the irony in asking you to be quiet, but do you think you can pull it off?
Hold on, let me turn off the squeaky shoe.
Why do you have that?
It calms me down. Makes me think straight when the machine ain't working.
Well,
It's funny. Clean, squeak, clean, squeak.
I'm going to ask you to turn those off.
I'm surprised you're wearing them in the mech.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining him like, oh, this is a tough fight. Squeak, 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 squeak. Oh man. Well, squeakiness off, I guess. And we'll try our luck with being quiet.
All right. Which approach do you guys think will work best?
Well, I think you are trying to dodge the asteroid belts, squeaking as little as possible.
Yeah. And when it comes to getting closer, I think I might be the most quiet option for getting in close.
Oh yeah, by a long shot.
Like I said, I could draw him away as a distraction.
Yes, but can you handle 30 of them at once?
There's
I'm just imagining. All right, it's time to play a distraction. Maximum squeak activated, and then just off you go.
You
I
start
feel like he'll
hearing the
just pull
chicken.
like a
You
big
start hearing the
clown
chicken
nose out
dance
of his
come
neck.
from
and just
Cloud's neck.
No, I decided to wear like the little orb that comes off there, like the where she's from. It's like a big red clown nose.
That's beautiful. Good stuff. Very good stuff.
That's great. That's great.
All right. Okay.
Like I
Off
said,
we
if you
go, I
squint, you
guess.
can see the clown's face, even like the little smile.
Which one did you say you guys did? Did you say asteroid or unstable solar region?
I think asteroid.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. We're all running a little hot.
All right. Well, you guys got to make your way from the battlefield, and they've got some. Reach one of they got little supply points. They've got some jump jets to launch you guys into the orbit. You guys are sailing above the planet of Susfar, just your engines blaring as you guys make your way towards the capital ship of the Imperium. And as you all are kind of making your way up, you're seeing reports around the planet. You see that not only just at the area you were at, but there's these scouting parties have launched all over. And the Imperium, they don't care about collateral damage. They want complete submission. You see ruined cityscapes, complete landmarks that have been destroyed, just fire and carnage spread around the planet as these android mechs just lay waste to Susvar. But you all are able to kind of make it into orbit and near the asteroid field without too much difficulty. You guys are just on the edge of the asteroid field, approaching the capital ship. Uh, how are you guys proceeding into the field?
real fast. I want to bring up the fact that I have the EVA model. So,
Oh,
as
hey.
this ship was originally made for underwater, it also works in low gravity, low to zero gravity.
Perfect. So you guys with
Brilliant
that
mind.
are both going to get a point of accuracy for some of these rolls you guys will have to do. So you all will be much more maneuverable. Unfortunately, I think Polo is the odd man out here on this one. So you guys remember to web 1d6 to any check that may come up regarding mobility with this.
And if this counts for anything, one of my skill triggers is that I have act unseen or unheard.
Nice.
So I get a +2 to that if I need it for anything.
Perfect. That may come up a little later. All right. Yeah. So, how are you guys? You guys do the Han Solo going in hot and fast, or what's your all's approach for navigating the asteroid field?
I actually have a trigger for this. Get somewhere quick. But I think. Do we want to go stealthy?
I would prefer to go stealthy, yeah.
I mean, I'd like to get there. If that entails being stealthy about it, then by all means, yes.
Ooh, wait, Garmin's is gonna ask something around the asteroid field, just like, hey, do we need these asteroids? Can I use these?
Use?
I'm gonna throw one.
Well,
At a robot.
thank you for the clarification.
Clarification is always good there.
Yeah,
Good to know. Good to know.
I mean, I don't need them.
Are you sure?
No, I don't need one.
Yeah, no, by all means. I think the asteroids are free.
You can
Just
hear
grab- just-
audible,
just-
like, knuckle popping, neck cracking.
Just grab
Alright.
onto one and ride it all the way.
All right. What is Clown thinking?
What is Clown thinking?
he still kind of wants to be a distraction. So if you let him, he's got to play fist to face. Uh, could that work as a distraction role? Just flying off a bunch of them, so they have a way to get in. Just bring them all out to him, beat them down. You throw a big rock.
All right. So is he thinking of like sticking with the group for like part of it until it gets close, and then trying to grab an asteroid and throw it at the ship once you guys are in range to hit it?
He'll probably, if it's good with the other ones, probably go to the other side of the ship or far away from them. So once all the robots come out to get him, they won't be near the robots.
Oh,
Oh, is that you, Polo?
Nope.
emergency alert. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No worries. I was
Am-
worried it was Polo because he's in Florida in the storm. So I was worried.
No, it was an Amber Alert.
Okay. Oh, yeah. All right.
No, thankfully it cleared up over here.
That's good. Yeah. I was worried like, oh, it's not hurricane season. That's dumb. But I don't know why we're in hurricane. But yeah.
It is raining where I'm at.
It is hurricane season.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like slightly north of you.
There you go.
All right. So yeah. So
like 300 miles.
Burger, this is going to be a little risky. So you're going to go complete other side, try to draw him away from you, throw a rock at him. So you're going to try to catch the asteroid, then maneuver it over, and then throw it at the flagship.
Maneuver it. I have Juggernaut and Knockback 2 on my fist. I just need to like boom, blow the bit close to it. Boom.
Okay.
Okay, so this is another mechanic for this game. With most skill checks outside of combat have a DC of 10. There's a couple different modifiers that apply with this, though. Outside of it, I don't say anything. It has a DC of 10. You roll and you beat a 10, you're good. There's also risky, which with 10 can still work. But it's going to put you, if you just get a 10 plus, you may still be in a risky situation. So you may accomplish your goal, but something bad still may happen. You may still be at risk of something taking place. Or you can be in a heroic. Oh, go ahead.
I also have a trigger called Survive, in case things do go bad.
Well, I'm glad there's a backup there.
In case, he says.
Because the last one is heroic. Heroic is a pretty it's you're doing some action movie type stuff, or you put yourself in a crazy situation and need to be expert to pull it off. That is a 20 plus. If you go through and try to hurl hurling the rock at the ship, we'll just say that's a risky roll. So let's do that first. Let's see if you can catch an asteroid first to slow down. Give me would that be a hold check?
So how do a hold check. Oh, so what do I have a hold of 3. What does that do for me?
So it'll give you a +3. I think there's a way to just roll hold, isn't there? Is there a 20?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, there is.
Can.
13.
I didn't.
No, that's not mine. Sorry, 12.
Yeah. No, don't mind that. I was just giving an example.
Yeah, you catch it. You so how does that look as Cloud catches this runaway asteroid?
So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It's like the camera pans away from him. Like he's got no asteroid. Pans away. All right, I'm back. Pans back, and he's just holding like a giant rock over his head.
Perfect. All right. So we're gonna do this in 2 waves. So we're gonna switch as you've got your asteroid ready. We're gonna switch over to Polo and Blake as they maneuver through the asteroid field. And then we'll come back to Cloud and see how that all shapes up. So Cloud or Apollo and Blake, you guys see Cloud grab his big asteroid rock and prepare his plan. How are you guys navigating through the asteroid field?
Well, I imagine whatever's going on, Polo is lagging behind a little bit because his suit doesn't have an EVA.
Blink is just honestly trying to, as quickly and as quietly as she can, only minimally using the boosters from her EVA module to just kind of guide her in between asteroids, just trying to use them as cover as she makes her way through.
Okay. And Polo will follow suit as best as he can.
Perfect. So both of you guys make an agility roll with me. For me, you guys would both have. So you start off with a +1 accuracy, since you guys are going in kind of slow and cautiously, trying to get cover as you're moving through. And for Blink, that'll put you up to +2.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, so D20. I've got my thing on the comp con agility check, so +1 with that thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was rough for both of you guys.
We both got an 8.
Yeah.
Oh, well, actually, you still have your D6 for Polo.
Sorry.
I thought that would help. I thought
you thought it would do something, right?
Yeah, you were just 2 away. It was just a regular check. You were just.
Yeah.
I have this.
Oh, what does that do?
I can give control of the mech to the CompCon as protocol, allowing it to act independently with its own set of actions. See if I can let the AI map a course through here.
Does the AI have any additional stats? Or
I think it would use mine.
So what are you thinking for? What's so how would the AI help versus you piloting it?
I can have it. It's just have its scanners that I use for locking onto targeting. See if I can have that to see if I can get that to use it to help me okay, which way should I navigate myself through here?
Okay. Yeah, so the next roll, we'll see if we can make a sensors check and see if we can help navigate a path through. Unfortunately, though, you guys did just narrowly fail this one and are going to take a little bit of kinetic damage. So let's roll 2d4. So you guys are kind of maneuvering through. You guys are moving cautiously and slowly, but this asteroid field is just a flurry of activity. And unfortunately, you both are just sideswiped by this large asteroid that came out of nowhere and just clips you for 6 HP damage to your mechs.
I have 1 HP. That's great. Oh boy.
Sorry, I pushed one too hard.
Down to 2.
So I can't make just a sensors check. Would you want me to make a systems check?
Oh yeah, do a systems check for that.
Okay. Oh come on!
You try to scan the asteroid field. You get your AI. It pauses for a while. It just continues to calculate, and then it just gives you an error message. It says too many variables. Scan incomplete.
Okay.
All right. So are you guys going in cautious again, going in hot, or doing something completely different?
I'm gonna go in cautious again.
All right, let's see how this roll plays out.
All right, so same modifiers then. So +1 to one, +2 to the other. Make another agility check. There we go.
Thank
There we go. All right. This time, you guys, you were prepared. This time, you know the flurry, the danger of maneuvering through an asteroid field, and you came through and. You moved cautiously still, but you were able to this time go a little bit faster and just a little bit more organized and kept yourself from being pummeled away. All right.
Excellent.
So you guys are pretty much right outside the ship right now. We're going to cut the camera away from you all to Operation Cloud. What is your operation name? Big Rock?
Operation Redemption.
Operation Redemption.
He calls half of his operations Operation Redemption. Like, all right, I'm really gonna do it this time. I'm gonna redeem myself.
All right. Okay. So you've got your big rock. You're punching this big rock forward, right?
Yeah. Yes. Occasionally ramming it to knock it forward a bit faster.
All right. Make me so agility for this system is used not only for avoiding damage, it's also used for stealth. So make an agility check. I'm going to give you 2 difficulty for this one.
Stealth?
Stealth? Oh,
He's not being stealthy.
oh, he's not being stealth?
Punching him.
All right.
Oh, look! It's very clear he's about to, put on blast, so and deploy the space. Not as effective, but he's about to put on blast himself's opinion.
All right. Okay. So he's going in loud and in charge on that. Okay. Yes. So you making your way to the clear space. You're punching the rock. You do see the flagship of the Imperium, kind of a large, crimson and black capital ship. You see guns bristling from it. You see a Lancer mech swarming around it. And you see its guns begin to train on you and the rock. How does Clown react?
Kick the rock into the ship.
You're quite a ways out. You want to throw it now?
The thing is, he's not trying to necessarily do the greatest damage. Just keep their attention for the longest. The longer this rock is flowing to them, and the longer they know about it, the better. This is one of the few times he's been smart. So he's gonna take up the drill arm and just boom.
All right. So this would be a hold check. Does anything about your background speak to this?
Yes, apply fist to face. He's ready to do some gnarly space battles with just fist to face.
All right. How much of a bonus is that for him?
+4.
+4. Good one for it. All right. So roll a hold check. Add that +4.
All right. So hold.
Oh, and this is a heroic check.
So do I have a hold of 3. Do I add 1 to it so it's equal to 4, or do I add 4 additional?
Oh no, yeah, you add so that'd be 7. Yeah.
I think I'm feeling pretty confident. I've made a terrible mistake.
That is right.
Wait, that's a nat. Is that a nat 1? That's a nat 1.
Oof. All right.
Oh no. Is there anything I got to possibly reroll that?
Unfortunately, with this one, there is not inspiration. Actually, no. Hold on. There is. Sorry. There's a mechanic for this. It's not inspiration. Let me. I'm not sure if you can do it for a heroic roll, but let me look it up. There is pushing. I forgot what they call it, pushing for success, where you could make things a little bit, take something, take some bad in to get you what you wanted to happen. So let me find that real quick.
I got a nat one. I'll take whatever I can get.
Oh, where is that at? Uh, so let me find that real quick because there's a rule for that. And we definitely want to make sure we're giving you your fair shot here. So trying again and pushing it. Unfortunately, heroic roll can never be pushed further.
No.
Yeah, so you launch this rock out there. You see the lancers begin swarming around. They begin fixating upon you, and kind of just and the rock hurtling towards them. You see one of them does take a shot at the rock and blows it apart. They are going to take 3 shots at you, Burger, and the clown mech. So let's roll
It,
3d20. They've got a +2 to hit.
it should be said that Garmin is currently singing over the comms. I won't sing the whole song because I don't know if it's copyrighted or not, but Bones in the Ocean, just like Deathstroke. Wow, farewell to the poor and the land. I'll paddle away from brave That's two of those will hit. I can't believe one missed.
Well, at least one missed. That is with these ones. So you take 4 damage as they blast into you after hauling that rock. They are blasting off towards you. You see a hive of lancers kind of just swarming your way. What's Clown doing?
Uh, so only 4.
What?
Only 4 damage.
Yeah, only 4 damage with that.
I still got 11 whole.
All right.
Kind of softly interrupting his song, just like, Big Shot must be coming home. And he's gonna buy them as much time as they need. He's going in. He's fighting.
Oh, you're
Uh,
going in? All right.
he's going in. Just like a battle cry singing Bones in the Ocean. Just going. I have both survive and apply fist to face if those would aid.
So, what's Cloud's strategy going up against the capital ship and the swarm of other lancers?
Punch the head off of one, start using it as a weapon. Whenever they try and take a shot, throw it up as a shield, grab another one, rip its head off, do the same thing.
All right. This is definitely a riskier heroic roll. So make me another hull check, heroic, as you blast in and try to get in range with one of the oncoming lancers.
Do I apply face to face or survive to this?
Yeah, we'll give you fist to face for this one. This one's gonna be a little nasty though. If you... Hey!
Whoa! You did it.
Sweet. So yeah, you how does that? So you are able to grab one. You see the others begin you see the capital ship launching and blast after you. You see the other lancers getting into range and begin lighting up the ship. But fortunately, you are able to get one of their mechs, break its head off, and position it in front of you. It is burning up. You see it started to crumble beneath you. What is Clown doing?
So do I give flavor or do I give the next kind of roll?
Well, that's kind of what's his next check? You feel it's burning through that shield. It's not going to last much long. You've got the lancers in range with you. You've got the capital ship not too far off from it, blasting away.
So he's again over the comms. It's the souls of the dead fill the space of my mind. As he just keeps going. He's not stopping. He's fighting.
All right. This this is a make or break roll for him. Then it's one last heroic hold check. All right.
I'll search about sleeping to peace I can find. Just like the sounds of crunching metal, him like tearing the droids in half as he keeps going. Still taking like shots and just keeps going though.
Perfect. You buy some time. You see the Lancers surrounding you. You feel the cannons blasting in, and you tear through a fair number of them, more than should have been possible. But you realize, as even a crazy clown, that you are at the limit of what you can do without sacrificing your life.
I have custom paint job. Once I start taking structural damage, I can return to 1 HP and ignore the damage.
Okay.
Uh,
If you stay, you will die.
Yeah, like it was trying to be subtle about it. It's like, man, you feel like you're reaching your limits.
no, there's no check to just see this is this.
Unfortunately, not. You've got the capital ship blast to the Lancers surrounding you. You could stay. You could maybe even create a bigger distraction to give the crew some advantage to get in, but it will be at the cost of Clown's ship and potential life.
How if the mech goes down? How viable is it? Like, is his suit like void safe? Could he be in space with his armor on?
Oh, what type of armor do you have? I think some of them are.
He has heavy heart suit.
Oh, maybe.
How viable would it for him to attempt to keep fighting like that?
Oh, not viable. I mean, you could fight as a pilot, but it's you versus like a Gundam, pretty much a mech. So you think it's possible you could do some damage, but
He'll start to backtrack in and out there, kind of grabbing one, using its body to like just throwing it off to like get them away from him so he can keep backing off. Gonna start getting out of there. I relay that just like I did what I could do. I could stay longer if you want, but I'm out there in my rope. It's getting hot in here. My bones feeling tingly. I think the reactor's not going good.
well, you guys, you hear that message. You all are pretty much in prime position to make your way towards towards the capital ship unnoticed. Is with Cloud's distraction to, I'll give you guys an extra accuracy point. Make a agility check as you guys head towards the capital ship of the Imperium.
All right.
All right. Oh, did we lose Blake? Blake, you there?
I think you might have to step away.
Oh, yeah, he did mention this. All right. Oh, there he is.
Oh.
Rolling from the black.
Oh, that is rough.
Dude, how?
Didn't you have a trigger for being unnoticed, or is that already added in?
That's a D1 plus 3 accuracy. And he rolled a 1 of 4. Jeez, man.
That is rough. Yeah, so you guys, Polo, you are able to maneuver in unnoticed. Blink as you head towards the capital ship. Just a small asteroid. You just barely on sensors, comes through and collides with the ship, making a loud screech, or kind of making a bright display of sparks because it's not Star Wars. Space is silent, and you see that loud display of sparks, and you do see one of the ship's capital turbo lasers launch onto you and make an attack. 11. I think 11. Does 11 hit you, Blink? I'm going to pull up your AC.
I hope not.
No, sweet. All right, so even with that asteroid colliding with you, you are able to maneuver around it, keeping yourself upright in the fight. And you guys are able to latch on to the hull. How are you guys? Are you blasting in? How are you guys making your way within to the hull?
Is there a way to get in that would make sense? A quieter way of getting in? Seeing his burger through a giant rock at the damn thing, I don't want to get noticed.
Through a rock, through a bunch of decapitated robot bodies, fought off an army, got shot a bunch.
Through an asteroid, then through a tantrum. Just
he put on the show. He's a clown.
Yeah, he did. Well, back to the question: is there anything that's
you definitely there's quieter ways you can get in. You could definitely try to, if you wanted to, find one of the kind of the docking ports and try to hack into it if you'd like to. Or you could the docking ports are a little bit less reinforced, so you could try to bulldoze your way in. Or they can do something completely different and try to make your way into the ship unnoticed.
All right. For pilot armor, I forget, does the assault hard suit, is that like impermeable, like it would exist in a vacuum, like it'd be all right? I forget.
I think assault. Let me pull up the armors. I think.
Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, no worries.
You're good.
Where is armor?
Integrated air. All right. That's burst EVA and waste recycling. I think we're good. Page 110 on the PDF, by the way, in case you wanted to take a peek-sees.
Perfect.
Right.
So, go ahead. What are you thinking?
Is there a window?
Yeah. So you definitely you kind of find a viewport not too far from one of the docking areas. The kind of near on the Imperium.
Jeez. All right. Well, Blink, are you any good with computers? Blink, are you there? Oh boy.
Oh, did you freeze?
I think so. Oh, it kind of, sort of coming in. Maybe not.
While you guys, so with this, it would be a systems check. If you did want to try to hack your way in. Oh, and I should say this too. So if you do go in through the docking port, it is big enough to bring your mech in with you. Because these are built to house the Imperium's kind of android army, and you are able to kind of shimmy in with it.
Okay.
I guess I can make. Is it a tech attack? Or systems?
This would be systems. Actually, if you have tech attack too, I'll let you make the argument for either or.
I mean, they're the same modifier, so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you think you can get us away in like that,
I can try.
all right. Well, if it doesn't work, we'll bust open a window and make our own way in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not mean to do the 3 accuracy. My bad.
Oh, no worries. What'd you roll? Oh, yeah, you're good either way.
Yeah, if I subtract the 3, it's still a 20.
Yeah. So, yeah, you easily break through the Imperium's defenses and open open the docking bay door, and are able to bring your 2 mechs inside without being noticed. And before we take a break, we're going to try to figure out how Cloud, you were able with that last 20 plus, you are able to buy some distance. You do see the Lancers. They are beelining towards you. Are you going to try to lose them and make your way towards the Imperium, or what are you thinking?
So fighting them more is death, right? Or
Uh,
now that he's drawn them away from the ship and the main lasers, would he have a better chance?
it's you see there's it's a hive of them. There's about 20 plus coming your way. Uh,
An even fight.
Oh,
Uh,
can I say something on
You
the
know,
comms? Like, is this
yeah.
happening as we sneak in?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Clown, clown, clown with landed. Get out of there. I've like, clown, get out of there. We've landed. I've triple encrypted this, so they're not getting through. But get out of there.
No, come by more time. I come by more time.
No, we don't. We don't need
any
more time.
We
Yeah,
don't need
seriously,
more
we're
time.
good. We're
Get
comfortable.
out.
Like we're inside and we're relaxing. I think I see a vending machine.
Yeah. Just
Grab me some peanuts.
Okay, I'll bring them. I'll bring them to you as long as you leave there right now.
Like right now.
Yeah,
Just leave. Escape with your life.
For redemption.
yeah. You redeemed it. You did it. You
Yeah,
won the redemption.
You did a wonderful job.
I did.
I have security feed from your mech. It's fine.
Oh man, funny
I
thing.
did it?
I think the brand on these peanuts is redemption. Why don't you come get the redemption?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to tell the captain. It's going to be great. I'm going to celebrate. So with that, he is going to try and survive.
All right. Make an agility check and add your survival bonus in there.
Agility? Oh no, I am not good at that. Agility. Never mind.
Nice.
He is a survivor, man. I imagine like he just start. No, actually, like what's a feasible idea for him to like be able to survive? Because in my mind, him like actually fighting them off until it's like a tactical retreat from them is what comes. Just like throwing another asteroid, just start like punching them at them to get them to back off. But would that be feasible?
Unfortunately, you were the one taking off on this one.
Yeah.
Your reactor heats up. You got that unstable nuclear reactor. You blast through, and it definitely with a nat 20, I was like, you're even able to knock an asteroid into one of them pursuing you. But you are definitely able to burn some energy and make your way away from them without succumbing to the Lancer mech threat. And able to kind of burn your way through and make one more agility check as you try to approach, kind of make your way towards the Imperium just to see if anything else comes your way.
Could I use get somewhere quick for this one? Just bleeding.
Oh, for sure. Not fit.
Alright. So, agility. Hey!
Right, so this was not a heroic one, so you are able to burn through, activate that unstable reactor, and maneuver through the last little bit, kind of taking a loopy path around through the asteroid field, and able to rejoin up with the crew.
Just, I imagine like the comps go silent for a little while, which is very uncommon. And then just like right by, and you guys just like, hey, I'm here.
Great.
Despite the odds.
Do you have the
Here
peanuts?
you go.
Are we outside of our mix right now or inside the mix?
Oh, you guys are inside your mechs.
Just opens the valves, like steps on the mech, goes over, grabs the bag of peanuts, goes back in.
Is there enough room? How much room do we have to navigate in our mechs here, or would we need to like disembark?
Oh, so this like it is built because most of you guys would know too that the Imperium usually uses like a 90% droid crew, and they use like the same similar style of mech droids to service their ship as their fighter style droids, about the same size. So the halls, while not exactly roomy, they're definitely large enough to fit a mech through them.
Okay. I really should have gotten that segment knife. Would have been nice to have in here.
Yeah, maybe.
Perfect. Well, we're going to take a quick break before we navigate through the last little chunk of this adventure. Before we go on break, though, for anybody that's joined since, make sure to throw mech into the combat, or not the combat, into the chat. That'll get you into the raffle for one of the PDFs of the Lancer Core rulebook, so you can bring this home to your table as well. So throw that in. We're going to be what's 8:56, so we'll be back in we'll say like 10 minutes. We'll be back at 9:06. So see you guys in a bit.
Okay.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to kick off what's the second half? I'll say the last third of the adventure as our crew has boarded the Imperium's flagship cruiser on their desperate mission to disable the androids that the Imperium has sent to the planet below and buy the refugees enough time to make their way off-world. Before we jump into that, though, make sure if you haven't to throw mech into the chat for your chance to win a copy of the PDF. So far, we just have 6 people into the giveaway, so definitely it's anybody's game now. So throw mech. I don't think throw a capital M. I don't think the capitalization matters, but just throw a capital M mech in there just to make sure if it does. And then also, if you haven't heard of Lancer before, if you're one of our Star Wars 5e fans and kind of came in and tuned in with us today, check out my YouTube. There's a link in the About section. I go through how to build a PC, how to build an NPC, which they're going to come across a little bit later, how to build some of the core mechanics and just my first impressions of the system. And actually, I'll open that up. So you guys, we're partway through. We went through a kind of a light fight, and then this is some skill stuff. What are you guys thinking so far? I think this is everybody's true first time playing it.
Yeah. It's fun. I have the same amount of luck I do in regular D&D, like in D&D, where it's if it's something really important, it's bad.
Where I get you on that. When I'm a player, I have terrible luck. DM usually do pretty well, especially on recharge abilities. That's like my go-to. This is my D&D game. I didn't stream it, but Burger, do you remember that dragon that got like I think a breath weapon like 4 rounds in a row?
Yes, I do.
I'm surprised at the amount of depth the system has, but like a lot of it's flavor and a lot of it's some very interesting mechanics. I'm like, oh, that's pretty damn cool, and it doesn't, I feel like it's a good amount of crunch.
Definitely.
I'm gonna be honest. I fully plan on using this system. I quite like it.
I've enjoyed it, and especially because we did it easy with this one. I'll probably run some more of this one in the future because I want to get like more used to it and I like it. But I wanted to keep it easy for you guys. But like next license level, you get to actually like choose a mech if you put enough points on the right.
Yeah.
There's a whole system with that. But you get to choose your own mech and you get to really go customize it. And I think that'll be fun to go if we do another one of these down the line.
Yeah,
so
I think it's I
Go
think
ahead.
it's nice that we're getting to start not at the most basic, but still we've got whatever we got from picking up first license level. I think it's nice to have, but not having a completely different mech. But the starter mech is nice.
Yeah.
I had to talk myself down from giving you guys full customization because I like customization. For you guys play Star. Yeah, I love giving as much customization as I can. But I'm like, yeah, that'd be a little bit too much. Even I was going through like this would be a lot for one shot. So,
a lot. I wouldn't mind license level 2.
But let's jump back into it. Don't forget to throw mech in if you haven't. It's only 6 participants so far, so it's anybody's game. But yeah, you guys are aboard the Imperium. This is a capital ship for the fleet. It's got the large, kind of spacious halls. They're definitely enough where 2 mechs can walk side by side or same direction or opposing directions if they're going through. It's definitely built to kind of house the mini Lancers of the Imperium's fleet. You guys are sent in there to disable their Android systems to just buy the crew some time. What are you guys doing aboard? What's your next play? Are you going right to objective, or is there anything else you all want to do?
I think we're probably all going to want to go to the objective. Is there disagreement in that?
Yeah, it's a get in, get out kind of situation. Like if on the way out we see something we can disable for a little extra
time.
Yeah.
Clown?
He's following you guys.
Okay.
He's still pumped from what he just went through. He probably would be telling the story all the same though, just like they tried. One of my uncles tried to execute me with that thing there, gas cannon. And when that didn't work, they tried to hit me with a mounted one on the submarine, just spitting me out into the water. Didn't even take off my diving suit. They weren't too smart with that. I hit in the rocks.
You really do have a story for every hour of the day, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless, I'm glad you made it.
I'm sure so. Thank you.
You guys maneuver through the halls, and you surprisingly you make it unopposed. You got to hear the halls having a little bit of just kind of quiet ding, or it's just kind of pounding as your metal goes through the halls, and it just kind of reverberates through. But you don't find any guards or any checkpoints or anybody that looks like they're opposing you so far, until you wind up at this large, kind of deep within the ship. Where your plans would indicate you find a large metal door protecting the main frame for the Imperium system, where behind it lays the computer systems and overall resources that the Imperium uses to kind of remotely manage their large repository of mechs and keep everybody fighting along kind of with one mind and one goal. You find that door is locked as well. What's the crew doing?
All right, let me have a crack at it.
I mean, before you announce that, I'm assuming you're gonna try to make the door into an opening.
I'm gonna beat the shit out with you.
I mean, we could just see if it will open on the control panel.
Yeah, and you can.
Smart thinking. Punch the control panel. So I don't have to punch the door.
Don't punch the control panel. If I can't open it like this, I'll let you punch it. Is that good?
Yeah.
If I can't open it
It's
the
punching
normal way, you can open it the violent way.
It's clouded time.
there
Or give me a
Is
system check.
there like
Like,
okay.
you could definitely try to slice your way, or not slice, hack your way in. I
That's
play
a
far
10.
too much Star Wars. Yeah, you are just able to kind of bypass through and make your way within. It would kind of bypass the security and open these huge blast doors. And you see kind of rows and rows of servers and a large, big computer at the end of the hallway. Let me show you guys this map. This room outside of kind of the looping and kind of vibrating of different programs running through the system is deserted. You guys have a clear path towards the main area.
Can I investigate? Because this seems wide
Sure,
open. I have investigated.
sure, yeah. So make a system check. Oh, it did go full blown,
10.
didn't it? Sweet. So
Oh wait, no, 16.
16, sweet. And thanks, Blood Red Rook. I had the battle music on. It was a little too loud, so turn that down after we switch to the map. So you guys can't hear it on yours, but the stream can hear the music. But thanks for shouting that out. I would have hated to get too far with that blaring and nobody could hear what we're saying. Sweet. So 16, yeah, you take a look through scares blaring, and you kind of get the feel too that the Imperium doesn't really think people would break into their ships like this. Usually they'd expect somebody to come in, head on with another capital ship. They didn't expect anybody to just kind of sneak their way on board. Giving you guys a little bit of leeway, and you haven't been noticed on board the ship yet. So you've got some time. You have a clear path to the system. But once you do that, you know it is going to it's going to trigger the alarms. It's going to have the Imperium's might racing towards you.
Well, everyone want to get in place?
Yeah. I know it's safe, but I'm still worried. It reminds me of some old times. I'm watching this series.
Is there anything we can do to like patch up our mechs before we kick the hornet's nest?
Definitely. So let's see. So there is like a short rest equivalent. Let me bring this up real quick. So basically, let me see the time frame for it too. 'Cause I forgot exactly what that does before I say what it will mean.
Okay.
Where is that?
I'm still here. I just need to turn my video off real quick. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no worries. That's for viewers. That's one of the funs and hard parts of learning new systems. Everything's just a little bit different, and I like to look things up to make sure it's right for a new system. Let me just get rest in here. Oh, there's a lot of rest. Do you guys see it? I forgot what section it's under.
I'm looking. Maybe where is full repair?
Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, search for that. It'll be in the same section, I bet.
I just saw a Dark Tower reference in the rule book. Nice. Whew.
Repairs and rest. Okay.
There we go. Yep, 82.
So what else? So there's repairs and rest. That's so you guys. Oh, so rest. you guys take an hour of downtime. You guys could kind of hole up there if you basically will be a little bit of a risky gambit. So you guys could take an hour to patch it up and hopefully, first off, not be noticed, and then hopefully have the people of Susvar do okay while you guys are resting. And it'll be both a agility check is a stealth for this system. I don't have one of you guys make that, so just one person can make that to keep all of them hidden, and then a luck check too. So it'll be a straight D20, high, low, and see what the effects are. And then with our rest, you can do repairs. And repairs, one repair will restore you to full HP. And basically, you got repair points for your mech as well. So one repair restores you to full HP or repairs a destroyed weapon or system. 2 repairs destroys or structure or stress. I don't think any of you guys took structure or stress. And then, 4 repairs repairs a destroyed mech.
What about overcharge? Is there a way to keep that throughout the rest?
I don't think rest does anything with heat. Oh no, it does clear heat. So unfortunately, it wouldn't. Yeah.
Characters may clear all heat.
Can I do my action?
Oh, is it May? Oh, yeah.
While we rest.
So you said you wanted to do the agility check?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Go for it.
Yeah,
so just say May. All right. Yeah. So I guess if you chose not to clear your heat, you could choose that. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I was supposed to have +2 to that. So 14. 13.
Hey, I got some ribs on here. I'm cooking this stuff on the nuclear reactor. You want any?
You know what? I'm full on peanuts.
It grew an extra rib. Are you sure?
No, I don't want to grow any extra ribs. Thank you.
Huh? You know, all by just voracious, just feasting over the cup. Loud, opened mouth.
All right.
Clearly crunches the bone too.
So as you guys enjoy this crunchy chewing coming through the microphone, which is always delightful. Actually, one of you guys roll me a D20 before I start narrating again.
Hey.
Solid. Yeah, you guys keep track. So as you are resting, patching up your mechs, you're able to keep track of the feed from Susvar. And while the planet's definitely hurting without you guys down there to help marshal the defenses, Colonel Zuko has been using a pretty wily strategy of kind of guerrilla tactics to just lay waste to the mechs and just buy time. It's not going to be a tactic that wins the war, but he's buying time for you guys to pull off your risky gambit. All right. So you guys have time to patch up, still unnoticed within the base. You all are in front of the system. Who's going to try to hack the mechs and kind of jam their communications array and kind of render them inert for a bit?
Let me have a try at this one.
No punching. Remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
No punching.
If that breaks, then they're just gonna act independently. We need to get them some bad orders.
Don't worry. I used to repair the navigational system of subs way back in the day. I wasn't good at it. I mostly just cleared off the weird goblin things, but the docs told me those weren't real. But I'll show you. My skill is. What's this do? Let's roll this shit.
Ooh, look at all these buttons.
You see a vast array of computers, kind of buttons and information reporting from all of the different units of the Imperium army attacking Susvar. And this is going to be a systems check. And give you a little bit about this mechanic. Actually, let's go into the mechanic. So behind the scenes of this, basically once you disable these mechs, for as long as they're disabled, the people of Susfar will be able to be launching their ships and kind of making their way away from the planet. Maintaining control of this will be key not only for keeping the people of Susvar off, but keeping more mechs from swarming your location, except for ones that are piloted by real people. So the first check's going to determine how long it works for, as well as how difficult it is for others to come in behind you and undo your work.
Can I apply stay cool to this? Keeping calm under pressure.
Yeah, I'll give you stay cool for that.
Woo! All right. So, system time. Fitting. Wait, did it add a d6? Oh, it didn't add the thing.
Just so roll sweet, so that'll be a 14. All right, yeah. So you get in there, you're able to successfully hack into the system. What are you having the mechs do right now? You can't have they're smart enough not to attack each other, but you could definitely have them. They're willing to obey other orders.
You have given me too much power to you. All right, so as Garmin's like going into this, he's very clearly not totally comfortable with it, but he's keeping his cool, keeping calm, and he's thinking what to do to distract the mechs and make them just not good. No! As he's gonna make them do synchronized dancing.
So you guys see from the feeds of Susvar, the mechs who have been going on a rampage, assaulting cities, burning down homesteads, cutting down any of the resisting forces, all of a sudden stop. Actually, what synchronized dance are they doing?
The chicken
it's
dance.
Probably like an original music number that's just like out of nowhere, just making the music to their beeps and whirs and occasional gunfire into the air. Just,
You could have them do the chicken dance.
there will be one doing the chicken dance.
I mean, why not have just the Fortnite default dance while you're at it?
That's somewhere too.
So you see all of these guys break out into an original dance number. One of the bladed BR mechs is just doing the chicken dance with his blades flapping around, and they are stunned. But you do hear kind of just this whirring, this flashing red lights pop up around the screen, and just burr, burr, burr. And you do start to hear a thumping down the hallway. It's something big and heavy moving your way. You guys have a second before it reaches you. Anything you can do?
Yeah.
Going
How much did I repair?
What?
Full?
Oh, not a full partial repairs. So you can spend repair points to restore your HP. I don't think anybody lost any structure, so I think one repair point will probably do everybody.
Okay.
Garmin's gonna go and immediately blast off to like 1, 2, 3, like right in front of, right here. Just burst movement. Right in front of the door, cracking his knuckles, just like, I want to hear some. I'll hear it. It's a coming.
I've got the thermal rifle out and just kind of like ready.
Yep.
Guys, oh, go ahead.
No, just taking a step back and ready.
Well, you guys see just like, and then you see coming through the door this large mech. You see kind of a large turret built into the front of kind of the helm of the mech. It's got black and crimson paint and coating around, heavily armored. You see that, especially with that turret, this thing looks like it can It can dish out some crazy damage. You see within to its chest, it's got this large just beam cannon situated within it. And you see it kind of crash, 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 and you guys hear over your comms this aristocratic voice that introduces himself as General Vayne. The general comes through. Futile effort. You have come and just signed your own death warrants. Please surrender now before things have to get messy.
How the treasure?
Messier than your
going.
security? I doubt that.
We have the
After a rock
Imperium.
at your ship.
You see, he looks at it like, you simpleton. Surrender now, or I will I'll throw you into the sun, mech included, as a sacrifice to the
won't kill
glory
me.
of the Imperium.
That won't kill me. I got sunscreen in here.
You see him kind of late, like the mech, like kind of pauses for a second, and sun's. It does not matter. It doesn't.
SPF
2 million?
40K. Jesus, this thing I think would burn off my skin.
This is what the Imperium has sent me to do: cleanse these backwater yokels. All right.
Who are you calling a yokel?
Hey, I might be backwater, and I might be yokel. What's that third thing you say?
You said it matters not. You will see the full might of the Imperium brought to bear. Ready yourselves. You see the helm begin to glow. Yeah.
Hey, General Dude, how many eyes do you have?
You see he kind of 2.
You're about to be down 1.
Backwater slime. All right, let's throw into initiative. So you guys, as the players, you guys always get to go first. So who is going first?
Garmin's right here. He wants to launch into action.
Clown, rip, and tear.
Doom music, yes. So, may I?
All right, go for it. Well, you guys have decided that. Never mind.
I want to grapple.
All right, make an attack.
Let's see.
Oh, wait, no, there's actually a different thing I can do, but that would be hilarious. And a bit of a callback, but this time actually useful. Garmin's going to punch him. I have knockback too, so that gets to knock him back a bit, right?
Yeah.
If I... Alright, so, fisticuff.
Are you just saying get out?
Unfortunately, that will not hit.
I'm able to attack twice if it uses my whole action, right?
Yep.
You know what? I'll do that. That is unfortunate.
That will miss. As you see, just kind of just jets blazing and it maneuvers around, just narrowly avoiding the 2 shots. All right. So with this too, so for any of the viewers who caught us on YouTube, you got to see me make this guy. He is an Ultra. So an Ultra for you guys is kind of like a legendary boss a little bit. So versus going to go after each of you guys go. He gets 2 actions per round. So he's going to take his first action. And he is going to quick action disengage and then maneuver back over here. And he is going to take a shot at you, Clown. You see just the cannon begin to whir. And he is going to blast at you with his light machine gun.
Oh, thing, I forgot to do something on my turn. I had a thingamabob. I have. Let's see here. It's sorry if I can't use it right now because I forgot that I have honorable challenge.
Perfect. Yes, we'll let you roll that in next turn. Fortunately, he will miss you. Unfortunately, he does have reliable on his machine gun, which gives you 3 points of damage even on a miss. And you see him kind of maneuver back, even with the shot not hitting as well as he was thinking. He goes, "Take that, yokel. Feel the might of the Imperium. Enjoy your last so he quick action that. He is going to I think that'll actually be it. Because they can't overcharge. Yeah. So that'll be it for his first turn. Who is next?
Can I go next?
By all means.
Okay. Oh crap. Sorry, my headphones are dying and my charger is stuck.
Oh, no worries, man.
Got it. That's one of the cons of having a wireless headset. So I'm going to move to about here. Can I shoot through this, or is that cover?
That is cover.
Okay, in that case, I can boost. I'm going to boost as a free action to get to here.
Okay.
Here. Went too far. And so, with my thermal rifle, I'm just going to go ahead and attack. Well, let me just read this really quick. So I can still use crack shot even if I've already moved. I just can't move until the start of my next turn. So I'm going to use the stable steady from crack shot, and since it's my first attack roll, I get to use gunslinger to give me in total +2 accuracy.
Nice.
So I'm going to take that shot with the thermal rifle. And that is an 18.
Perfect. That'll hit.
For 2 energy damage, and it is armor piercing.
Perfect. You see it blast into the armor, and kind of see it scorch it, but you see the Imperium does a little kind of shoulder shake, and stand itself up straighter, and he goes, "This is the pride of the Imperium. Your backwater technology won't affect us."
And I can, since that was just a main mount, I can use my ox mount to make another attack, right?
Yeah, definitely.
My Sharonga. Sharonga missiles.
That'll hit too.
For 3 explosive.
Nice. Yeah, you see a kind of explosion surround him. You see some kind of scratch marks coming through, but the Imperium's pride is still looking pretty well.
And I've done all I can do, right? Or can I? Or do I? Can I? Is there anything else I can do? Am I able to deploy my? I have Jericho deployable cover. Am I able to?
Well, I think you've done 2 quick actions, so you'd have to start overheat.
Okay. I can do an overcharge, yeah.
Or yeah, overcharge. Or yeah, overheat, yeah.
Overheat, yeah. And then I'll
Overcharge,
just place down my deployable cover. And then, yeah, it has 5 evasion and 10 HP. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so you plop in that cover, get a little bit of
the 2 spaces in front of me.
Sweet. They'll throw like a little marker in front of that and kind of mark that on the map. Yeah, so that'll give so overcharge. Is it just for the battle? So roll 1d6 or 1d3. I think you only overcharged once last time.
Mm-hmm. Up the slash or no? I forget.
/R then 1d3.
1.
Yeah, nice. You kind of feel your reactor rumbling through, but luckily nothing too crazy happens to you. You guys were able to reset your heat, so you guys are all, or well, everybody that chose to be is at 0 heat.
What heat?
There's a chance I'm going to melt down because next time I get my turn, I'm absolutely going for the overheat.
Mm-hmm. No, and that's my turn.
The Imperium's pride is up. He is going to use. What's he going to do? He is going to target Clown and suppress. So you are impaired. You see kind of like he kind of starts at you, and you start to see kind of bits of sparks flow from his machine into your mech. You start to feel systems get a little sluggish and a little bit more difficult. And with this too, impaired creatures receive a +1 difficulty on all attacks, saves, and skill checks. And unfortunately, this one's a little nasty, and there's not a save against it. This takes place. But you do see, and you would know as a pilot, that this effect lasts until the bad guy uses his moving target, or you leave his line of sight or somehow disable him. You see him kind of just lock onto you, the sparks flowing in and pairing your vehicle. You see him kind of raise his light machine gun up. Oh, he's not going to go. Oh, he's not doing his light machine gun. He's going to go a little bit more vicious.
Bring it on!
You see him like he lowers his head with the light machine gun. You see his chest start to glow. And you see this huge lance of light energy kind of bulldoze through the room, arcing its way towards you, Clown. Make an agility save. This was a little nasty. You take 1 structure damage. If you fail, on a success, you are reduced to 1 HP.
Oh. That's bad.
Well.
Oh. Oh.
All right.
Good job.
So we are going to get into structure a little bit. So what that's going to do is you keep your HP the same. You are going to be losing 1 structure. Each mech has 4 structure. So that brings you down to 3 structure. And roll me 1d6. And remember, this is high is good, low is bad.
Can I do the custom paint job to attempt to ignore the structure damage?
Yeah, for sure. So roll another d6. You see this kind of just arcing beam. That's good, I think. So I included this in everybody's thing too. The structure damage table. Let me pull that up with myself. Take a quick look at what a 6 is. Oh, why is that so small? Sweet. So 6, glancing blow. Your emergency systems kick in and stabilize your mech, but it's impaired to the end of your next turn. So you are already impaired, so nothing lost. As you see this thing blast out, it just severely damage your mech, leaving you with 3 structure left. Your remaining HP, and that is his action.
So I still got my HP, right? So let's see.
Yep. So your HP is still the same. Oh, and I can't remember if I mentioned this or not. With this system, when you lose, so you lost a full structure point, so nothing changed for you. But like if that attack did like 20 damage to you, it would take you down 1 structure point, but then you'd reset to new HP, but minusing any overage. So if that did 20 to you, you'd minus 4 from your 19 when you restructured. But luckily, you just lost a full structure point, so it's easy math.
Yeah. So the clown just kind of defends, looks at himself, kind of pretty damaged, and he looks over to this guy. You want to hear a joke?
You kind of hear him stuttering over. No, you backwater! I just blasted you with the full might of the Imperium.
Yeah, that's the joke.
I will mount your mech on my wall after this is done and through.
You're gonna have a fucking clown on your wall? Look at this! Look at this
You. This is ridiculous. I represent the Imperium, the highest order in the land.
But you don't even have squeaking shoes.
Yes, I don't have squeaky. What?
This dude don't got squeaking shoes. I just like pointing at his cherry one.
You guys, I will blow all of you away with this. Polo, you are up.
All right. I'm looking at the sheet on the very, very fantastic CompCon website, and I want to make sure I did my character right. Is this the hyperspec fuel injector? That's something that all of us should have, right? Because we're all piloting DMS.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to activate that 100%. And the scene is the combat encounter as a whole, or is it like the turn?
Oh, it's a combat encounter as a whole.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
What's that one do again?
So for the rest of the scene, I get +1 accuracy in all attacks, checks, and saves. Nice. Additionally, once a turn, I can boost as a free action. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boost. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and that'll get actually. Let's just get right here. Yeah. Bring me on down, and I'm gonna have Polo. If I do barrage, it means I get to attack twice, right?
You do. It has to be 2 different weapons.
All right. Well, he also has walking armory. Carry a supply of custom ammunition that can be used. I'll just post a dang thing.
Oh, nice. I like walking armory. Yeah. Because I think that lets you give you different things when you hit, doesn't it?
Well, it lets me use arcing, and arcing is essentially going around cover.
Nice. All right.
All right. So he's going to use his assault rifle and fire off a shot. That's.
Oh, you're using the assault rifle, right?
Yes.
What's your reliable rating?
2.
So remember, with reliable 2, even if you missed, they still take 2 damage.
Yeah, I read that. That's a little late, but there we go. All right, so let's.
Oh yeah, that's definitely it.
I mean, he's arcing. He's still uncovered. Do I have to roll a d6 against that, or does the +1 from the?
Because does arcing remove cover, or does it just add +1?
No. Arcing just lets me fire, when they're behind cover.
Okay. Oh, let me pull up.
But I do get that +1 from the hyperspec fuel injector. I get the +1 accuracy, so I don't know if that cancels it out or not.
Oh no, yeah, you get to add +2 accuracy to that then. So you roll 2d6 and just take the highest of what that will be. Then if you haven't already rolled 2d6.
Well, no, I have not.
So you roll that. Let me look up cover real quick.
If it is.
I forgot to look that up. Cover, hardcover. Oh, yeah, well, so good and bad. Nice things you hit. Hardcover minus his 2 accuracy. So it would have been a straight roll for you, but you would have hit either way. So roll some damage. Nice.
Hey.
Solid. Yeah, you blast into him, and you see it's starting to spark a little bit. He's got some structure behind him. This guy's a little bit more meaty than some of the other ones you've come across. But you definitely are going to blow it into him a little bit. You're getting close to removing one of his structure.
All right. Well, on the off chance that he does move, I'll use my other quick action to put Overwatch on him in case he takes a step.
All right.
All right. Yep. And I think that'll do it for me.
Perfect. So you see the Imperium's Pride up again. So he just got shot at by that. He is going to, he's going to, he's definitely, so he's going to keep moving his way over here. He's going to get some distance away. And he is going to take a shot at you. Polo, after you kind of blasted into his mech, he's going to try to return the favor with his light machine gun.
Do I get to take my shot too?
Oh, yeah, you can take your shot too.
1d6 for, it's 2d6, right? Take the higher.
Yeah, for the because you have 1+1 for your accuracy, and then does your arcing, does it apply each turn?
I can.
Or what was the other d6?
I get I thought it was from the bonus for the power up, the hypersonic fuel injector.
So fuel injector, and what was the other 6?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay.
I thought it was
either way, your first dice was a 5, so actually, yeah, it wouldn't matter if the 4 or the 5 would have hit. So yeah, either way, you're good.
All right. And I'm pretty sure he hits me. Okay, so 1d6, and then +2. That's a 6.
All right, is it? Oh, just enough. Oh, so just not enough. You sparking. He is 1 away from losing his first structure point. It's sparking kind of. You see these bullets and blasters just burning into him, but the Imperium's Pride is still able to endure. He does raise up his light machine gun and take a blast at you. So for 5, but he crits because he's an ultra. So 6 damage as you get that extra little burr from the machine gun as it blasts into you.
Lucky me.
All right, he's already marked somebody. So yeah, so he's good. So he is. You see him just kind of just the mech tottering. You guys are up. Who's up next?
I think it's Garmin.
If we retain turn order, it's Clown.
Oh yeah, you didn't go, Clown. Yeah.
Clown time. He's gonna burst, and whenever he bursts, he can. I think I accidentally got into this a bit, but he can fly for a short time. So for flavor-wise, just a giant leap over here, right on top of him. I'm gonna go for a grapple.
He marked you, and as you come closer, you do see that machine gun begin whirring up, and he's going to take a shot at you. So let's see. Let me post the. He's got his moving target ability, and he's going to take a shot as you try to blast into him with the machine gun. That's a 13 hit. And he's going to trigger another one of his abilities. Why does this have a roll? So ignore the roll with this. Oh, it didn't roll. Cool. He's going to blinding shells you. Make an engineering save.
Oh no. Oh, yo.
Oh, hey.
What'd you roll?
That's
15. Yeah, you're even with the difficulty. Nice. Yeah, you see him like just blasting a blinding spray of shells at you. But you, clown, people may not think it, but you're an expert Lancer pilot, and you keep your systems intact. You make sure you're not overwhelmed by the flares, and you keep your viewport running throughout that encounter.
There's a gif of Markiplier like opening a door, running and jumping, like coming straight at the camera. I imagine that's exactly what this guy sees, despite the fire. And I'm going for grapple checks. He's not getting away. He keeps moving.
He
Not anymore.
does. So you, oof.
That is a sad state of affairs, but I
Oh,
am
also,
going.
you don't have the difficulty anymore because once he
Oh,
shoots you, the difficulty is gone. The impaired is gone, I should say.
got it. I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna heat up.
All right, roll 1d6. Yeah.
Yes. That's only one extra heat, so he's gonna. Can he attempt to make another grapple check?
Okay, I think with a quick action, you can't do the same one in a round.
Got it. So one one big hand, the clock comes in to try and grab him, and when that doesn't work, the clown's gonna spin around and then stomp on his face with big old clown shoes. What used to be like a Finn boots, but have been painted to be clown shoes. Wow!
That was without the difficulty.
So yeah, this just bonk, bonk, flops to the ground. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, that was a pretty funny joke. So that was pretty funny to watch. Don't you?
You toothless yokel. You thought you could hit me with your. uh, how dare you? Anything else you can do? Oh, go ahead.
I'll have you know, I still got every one of my teeth in a bag, and the teeth that I do got came from a shark.
You kind of just hear balls, and I can't even. I can't.
You ever been to Europa? Breed some tough sons of bitches there. And that'll be his. Actually, no, that won't be his turn. I almost forgot the thing. He's exemplar. The honorable challenge. That'll be what that line of Europa was. It's like, hey, you ever been there?
All right. Well, actually, I did not read what that does. What does that do?
So basically, when this is marked, other characters can reroll their attack to him, I believe. Let me double check to make sure that's right. Here's the reaction. They may reroll. This is where that bit weird.
It kind of cuts off at the end there. You get a
Oh,
you get a
yeah.
reaction,
Sorry.
but
It's this right here. I put it into my reactions. The trigger being this.
Oh, okay.
Valiant Aid is what it is.
Sweet.
So, do they use their reaction or do I use my reaction?
You use your reaction.
Got it. So he has it marked.
Sweet. Yeah. And then, because, hold on. Would he go next? No, he would not go next. All right. I forgot who's up next.
Blink.
Blink is up.
Hey, if I step out to here, I still have line of sight on it, correct?
You do.
I do. I would like to step out from behind the cover very quickly and swap my thermal rifle for my anti-material rifle.
Make a hole.
And with Gunslinger, I get the +1 accuracy. And I am... Sorry, just making sure I have nothing else to add to that. Yeah, I'll stay outside of the cover like this, and I'll use crack shot, stable steady to get another accuracy.
All right.
17.
Hey.
Nice, that'll hit. You guys burned through his first structure. So you go ahead.
I was like, I like shoot, and it goes like right next to where his cannon is, and at least just leaves a hole.
You burn a hole right next to the cannon, and he needs to roll a d6. 2. So low is bad with this one. Let me pull up the
Great for
structure.
us, you mean?
Yeah, so great for you guys. Bad for the poor colonel or poor general. Why is this not moving? My sheet's frozen. Can anybody just pull up what the structure damage table 2 is?
2 is system trauma. Parts of your mech are torn off by the damage. Roll 1d6. On 1 to 3, all weapons on one map of your choice are destroyed. On
All right.
4 through 6.
Roll 1d6.
Oh boy!
Oh boy.
2.
2. Yeah, you see that cannon that he sported before that blew that structure away from poor clown. Just burned right through.
Can I change what I said? So instead of it shooting right next to it, it just my shot tore straight through, and as it went through, it messed up any systems that let it fire. So it's just completely inactive. Like,
so you burn through it. You see that fire kind of sparking in it as the Imperium's Pride loses its major cannon.
how's that for a backwater?
You see, just hear sputtering across the other end as the general just tries to come to grips with what's happened.
Can I make another attack, or was that the only one I could do since that was a heavy mount?
You because even with the heavy, that was a heavy mount. You said?
Yeah, it was a heavy mount, but I have.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that would be the only one you could do without burning heat.
I'll take a burn.
All right, roll 1d6.
Oh, that's bad.
That's bad. Yeah.
That's for every one above you get, you roll that many d6, right?
Because let me bring up the heat rules real quick. Because what's your heat cap?
6.
All right, so you're at 9, right? 9
No,
total.
I had 1 heat, and then
Oh,
I had
7.
6, I'm at 7
right.
heat.
All right. So you said your heat cap was 6?
Yes.
Okay, so you just take 1 stress. So mark 1 stress, and then roll 1d6.
4.
So you clear all of the heat that you have on there. You've got 4 stress. Remember that? So you had 3 stress now. And with a 4, your power plant becomes unstable, begins to eject jets of plasma. Your mech becomes exposed, taking double kinetic energy and I forget what the other radiation damage until the status is cleared.
That's bad.
Yikes.
That's really bad.
That is very bad.
That's
this guy's got a lot of damage, so that's very, very bad.
That's hide behind cover time. All right.
Well, I can't exactly move.
Yeah.
All right, it is his turn. Oh, do you have anything else you can do? Oh no, you have a quick action still. Yeah.
I have a quick action still.
Yeah.
So, would I be able to fire my anti-material rifle again, or would I just only be able to do like my missiles?
Yeah, quick action you can only use like you can't use heavy weapons on a quick action.
Okay, I will use my ox mount. for the Sharonda missiles. That's 18.
Nice.
And it's going to take 3 explosive.
Nice. You see the missiles kind of explode around him. As you see, the sparking mech kind of barely is holding itself up, but definitely starting to feel the damage that's coming across it. All right. That's his turn again. He's going to take a quick action to disengage from the clown. And he is going to. He can't do both. He can't mark. Oh, he's got that other reaction. He'll be good. All right.
Actually, can the cloud say something in case it would change his target?
Say what you like. We'll see if it does anything.
Man, you run away as much as you run your mouth. Get back here. Come on.
There's no persuasion. Roll a d20. We'll say 13 plus. He succumbs to.
You saved my life.
He mad.
You see, he kind of turns. The machine gun was whirring to blast into Blink, but he turns and faces you. And he goes, "Fine, you backwater yoke. Well, I'll dispatch you first." And he lets loose with his machine gun. So that will hit 5 damage, and give me an engineering check. You got to beat 11 with this guy.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you see this time that cannon whirs up, just begins firing off these blinding rounds. You see light just encircle your mech, and your sensors begin to flare and go down. And you just are not able to see a thing after this thing bores into you. Oh, and I think you're up. No, you already went. Who's up next?
That would be Polo.
Polo, you are up next.
All right. Well, thank goodness for the hyperspec fuel injector, because I get a free boost. So 1, 2, 3. And I guess what I did find on the sheet? A heavy melee weapon.
All right.
One more to close the gap. Actually, if I can use an auxiliary weapon and then use a heavy weapon, right?
No, because heavy weapon, if you overheat, you can.
If I overheat, so if I take some heat, I can do it.
Mhm.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and throw some missiles at him. That's
Right.
d20 plus 1 plus 1d6.
Nice, that'll hit.
All right. Is that... What'd you say about if it's over a 20, it's a crit?
Oh yeah, that's over a 20. That's a crit. Yeah. So you roll your damage twice. You take the highest one.
All right. Oh wait. 20 and critical hit. Okay, never mind. So roll damage twice, and that is a 1d3 plus 1. All right. I like it.
3, consistent.
Yeah. And then gonna take another step forward, bring out the hammer. I'm gonna roll for heat.
Mhm.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. What's your heat cap?
I think it's 6.
So you just met your heat cap. I can't remember if it's exceed or meet. Cap. So much take.
It's
Over
the
it. It's over. Yeah, so you're okay for now.
Ooh, sliding in. And I'm going to go ahead and let loose with the hammer. That's 1d20 plus 1 plus 1d6.
That'll hit.
Yeah, all right. And the hammer does 2d6.
Nice. You bash it into this guy. You see his frame is sparking, sputtering, and the hole in it with the turret was blown out before by a blink, but he is still managing to keep himself upright. Is still with his 2 structure left.
Okay. For now.
All right. I should have used his reaction. All right. He is up. What's he going to do? He's going to take an attack of opportunity from you and move back. So he is going to, before he moves, he is going to mark you, though. You see the same sparks that ensnared a clown before and snare you and parrying you. But he is going to kind of mark you and move back.
He broke line of sight. Oh wait, no, that doesn't change the blinding shells. Never mind.
Oh yeah, blinding shells is good. So yeah, so 15 would still hit on that side, so that does hit him. Nice, and you knock him out of another structure. So let's see, 15. All right, so he rolls 2d6 and takes the lowest, I think. Let's see what that is. So 2 is against system trauma. Let me make sure he takes the lowest. Yep, choose the lowest. All right, so roll me 1d6. 5. So you could knock out one of his systems, and you'll let you make the choice too. So let me pull up all of the systems the Imperium's Pride has. Oh, I forgot. He's got that. So you've got. You could take out his suppression, which is what he's been using to impair people and move. His blinding shells, or his shield generator, which is giving him a little extra resistance to damage.
Shield.
All right. How's that look as you blast off with the big old hammer too?
He's essentially trying to get away, and what Polo will do is just wail the hammer into him, hitting the shield and a direct hit, crushing it between the hammer and his system and his mech, and it kind of just crumbles inward, then falls right off.
Perfect. You see it crumble through. You see the mech, a hole blown through it. Its shield generator smashed on the ground. Sparks flying off of it. It's definitely it's near the end of its run. It's beginning to spark and crumble, but it is still his turn, and he is going to. Yeah, he's gonna blast you again. You see him roll up that machine gun and just gonna start revving it through.
Is he going at? Is he trying to attack me or Polo?
Polo. And he is going to. Actually, he gets an he gets an accuracy. So let's see if that will help him. It will not. So you see a machine gun begin whirring up, bullets flying everywhere, but you only take the 3 reliability damage from the blast.
Not too bad for a bunch of yokels, aren't we?
You insolent curs! You do not realize the hell the Imperium will rain down upon you. As you hear kind of fear leaking into his voice as sparks come through the comms as he tries to retort against you.
I'm just waiting for him to try and fire at me so I can use returning fire.
All right. Back to the top of the order. Oh yeah, Clown, you're up.
Oh! Bumps into the wall. Quickly on the comms, just like, did he go left or right? Or did he can he fly? Is he in the air?
He went towards Blink. That away.
I'll play a little blind here. Is that my left or your right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just look towards me on your map and you'll see it.
Oh,
So,
God, no. He's still flying, so I'm going to roll a d2 for which direction he's going to go. 1 is the wrong one, 2 is the right.
all right.
All right. I'll go right. Bumps into the other wall.
No. My right.
Well, you said, I'm going to, I wouldn't even be able to get to him even with a boost. Yeah, I'm going to feel bad about myself. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I guess Garmin's preparing to brace. If the dude comes after him, he's blind.
All right. Does he go on this one? He does not go on this one. All right, who's next?
Me.
Blank. Yep.
I'm good. Do I need to do anything since I'm overheating?
Because I think if you're at the cap, nothing happens, right? Let me make sure.
Like, do I have to do anything else since I'm at the cap?
I think you're fine as long as you're at the cap.
Okay. Because I went above and I have a destabilized power plant, so I didn't know if I needed to do anything for that.
Yeah, I think you are fine for right now.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna shoot with my anti-material rifle again,
All right.
but I'm only gonna do the +1 accuracy because I want to be able to move behind my cover. So I will. That is a natural 20.
Nice.
Do you have Predator?
What's Predator?
It makes crits a little meaner.
I don't, but can I? I can do a critical hit, right?
Oh, I'd already rolled it for you.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no, I didn't. So yeah, you roll another 2d6 to get to pick the best bearings.
I'm taking the 9.
Nice. All right, you blast into it. You see it sparking. It's definitely near the end.
So it didn't go down a structure?
It did not.
I'm going behind here. I'm moving behind that cover.
Better safe than sorry.
All right.
And technically, I can do this thing where I can take a quick action as a free action. So I'm going to do that. And can I use that to make an attack? Or...
Yeah. So what are you using for that?
It's the initiative, the GMS Everest frame trait.
Oh, perfect.
I can
Yeah,
take
so if
any
you haven't
quick
used that
action
already,
as a
yeah, you
free
can
action.
definitely use that.
And then the Sharanga missiles. And that is technically 2 attacks. I just saw on there because I've been forgetting to do that.
So the Shraga shoots twice?
Yeah. 2 different targets, or I can have it go after the same target.
Nice, yeah.
Oh.
Consistent.
Very.
I don't know if the 13 hits or not. It probably doesn't.
13 does hit.
Oh, in that case, explosive damage.
6 points of ouch.
Nice. All right. You see on his turn, he is going to make a mad dash. And he is going to head towards the... going to use his quick action to boost. He is racing towards the computer system. And he is going to make an attack at Blink as he kind of races towards the system. Fear evident even in the way the Macus kind of saunters over with sparks flying away from it towards the device.
Mm-hmm.
All right, does a 12 hit?
That just barely hits.
All right.
So I'm taking 5 damage.
Yep, 5 damage and an
And
engineering check.
Hold on, I gotta pull that calculator because I don't know what 13 minus 5 is.
8.
And engineering?
Yep.
Well,
Well, you're not shooting next round.
yeah. Can I still use my returning fire reaction?
Let's see with the blinded one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that would work with blinded on there.
Because it is technically just for whenever somebody takes an attack at me. If it hits, I can return fire with any auxiliary mount.
Let me see, because I'm not sure with blinded if you'd still be able to see to make the attack. Let me see what the blinded condition does. So there's no condition for it. It just gives you line of sight. So you can take the shot, but you would have, let's say, -3 difficulty on that.
Would you say that balances out to a -2 since I get?
Yep. So you subtract any accuracy you get.
Yeah. Okay. 11.
Fortunately, you can see in the blinded state, it is able to just move aside enough that the bolts scream past
I'll
it.
use my reaction. He can re-roll.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you. I hate it here.
Oh, what did we do?
Oh, that was +2 accuracy, not difficulty. My bad. Still didn't hit. I forgot to click it over. Do you want me to just re-roll that with the difficulty?
Well, either way, it would have been so.
I didn't hit, so
Yeah.
I accidentally had accuracy on and not difficulty.
All right. So who is up next?
It is Garvin. And guess what? I did the math. So, if he spends his movement, a boost, a initiative free boost. Wait, is that all? 1, 2, 3. He needs 4. Let me do the math again. So he can move 1, 2, 3, 4. Then boost 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wait, didn't you start combat?
Yeah. Wait.
Polo's next.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Sorry, that's my bad. That's completely my bad. Sorry.
So I need an initiative tracker because I forget who goes what order. I forget.
Yeah, no, that's
Polo,
my bad.
you are up. My bad.
Don't worry. I wasn't even sure myself. Wait. All right. Yeah, I'll get out to right there. And that's enough to be in range.
All right.
Gonna let loose with the assault rifle.
All right.
And 20 plus 1 plus 1d6.
That'll hit.
That is 1d6 plus 2.
Perfect. Yeah, you burn it into him. You see he's sparking and sputtering. He is still up.
And I'll use the second missile rack I have.
All right.
And let's see if that's enough. 1d20 plus 1.
Oh, nice.
Yo.
All right, so I deal the maximum possible damage and bonus damage.
Oh, yeah, you've got the brutal, don't you?
Yeah. So that's that comes down to what's 1d3, so 7.
Yeah, because you deal the full 3 for your roll, and then what's the other damage from?
Oh no, that's right. I'm sorry, mixing it up, doubling dice. Never mind. So 4 damage.
All right. Either way, he had 3 damage. So finish it. It didn't really matter. I was just curious. Take him down.
Oh man. So after letting loose with the assault rifle, he quickly changes to release his last missile salvo in hopes that that'll be enough. And as they arc around him, he can almost see the uppity face inside the cockpit of that thing with its jaw hanging open as it explodes in a big fireball and becomes nothing but a pile of ash and broken mech.
Perfect. You see it erupt. You see that fireball go off. And you guys you got to see the pride of the Imperium burn down, just collapse amongst the flames and sparks from Polo's missile salvo. And you guys are able to hold the control room. You do eventually get the all clear from Colonel Zuko. And goes, all right, last transport's out. You guys need to book it out of there. But the people are good. You've done your part.
Nice.
Hey, Pablo, I guess you could say you got the last laugh.
You're lucky
I'm
you're
a
good.
clown.
You're lucky you're good to fight.
Well, another job well done, I think.
My battery is leaking, so maybe not.
Well, I mean, none of us are dead. I don't know. You set your standards low enough, you're never disappointed. That's why I love this job.
And that's why you're not a sniper.
That's why I'm a winner.
All right, tell that to the shooting range.
tell that to the pile of dead over there.
You guys using guns?
I have to.
I'm gonna be honest, I've not figured out how to use any of these weapons on board. I tried to use them, but one time the engine, the core started making a weird noise, and I felt more tingly in my legs than I normally do when it starts doing that, so I don't do it no more.
You ever check your reactor for any leaks? Any funny business?
One time I pulled out the nuclear rod, gave it a good shake, it didn't blow up, so I tossed it back in.
As you guys are talking about nuclear rods and tinglings in your legs, you do see the screen flip from controlled to autopilot. You see it flick to red as the Imperium's drones reactivate, but you all are ahead of the curve and are able to make your way outside of the Imperium flagship and relink up with the refugees and Colonel Zuko, successfully having evacuated the planet of Susvar ahead of the Imperium forces, saving its people. That's the end of our one shot there.
Wait, this is important.
Oh yeah.
Could Garmin take a souvenir?
Oh, you can definitely take a souvenir.
He's gonna grab a small meteorite, and when he gets back, he's gonna tell Zuko, I redeemed myself. Also, I got a rock.
Good job, soldier. Good job. Mission accomplished. That's a mighty fine rock, I guess.
There are many like this rock, but it is mine.
I
That's
need
right,
a power
Sergeant.
plant in my frame.
But as you guys evacuate through, you can kind of be confident in a mission well done, and that's where we'll wrap up for tonight. Before we roll it though, we've got how many do we have in there? We've got 6 people in the mech competition. So for anybody that may have joined late, throw in mech into the chat. MECH. I don't think case matters, but do a capital M just to be sure. And it'll get you into the running to win a free copy of the Lancer PDF system. And in case you want to bring this to your table. And I thought you guys were a little bit of I thought you guys would have a tougher time with that guy. You guys cleaned him up. Well, you got rid of his like crazy cannon like right away too. So that saved him. You guys like knocked him down. He's supposed to be a challenge for 4 PCs. I was worried a little bit.
I think we got very lucky.
No, I say he was a pretty big challenge. We had the luck on our side though. I
Never-
think every attack though too.
Never underestimate a sniper hitting a weak point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you guys survived that, beat him down, and cleared through that one. I forgot one of his reactions that I kept meaning to use. He has a reaction to move back when people move, but I forgot about it until after he already lost his shield generator. So I'm like, oh, that would have been a good time for him. But at that point, he was pretty much dead. But
Yeah.
sweet. So I'll give it just another second before we roll the giveaway. Any last thoughts on the Lancer system, guys?
I loved it.
It is
Yeah.
very fun.
This is awesome. Honestly, this is really cool.
I want to play around with it a little bit more. I gotta get used to the balancing system for it.
And honestly, we didn't even touch half of it because I know there's like the narrative focused combat, and we didn't even step foot outside of our mechs. So there's a whole nother can of worms for us to rip open and see what's going on. Looks very fun.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
A lot of people. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say, from what I've seen, a lot of people who use, who like functionally use a lot of in and out of mech. I've seen a lot of groups who use SW5E for the pilots without any force abilities. So like tech and basic stuff only.
That makes sense. And I know you're new to the table. We play a lot of SW5E. My other thing outside of this, I'm part of the Dungeon Jedi Masters crew, and we do a ridiculous amount with SW5E with that. And speaking, just to give in case anybody wants to do that, before we go into that, what's next Tuesday? We got SW5E Tuesday. Oh, Invasion. Yeah, it's a my campaign. Yeah, I should know what time.
I hope you remember.
Yeah, I should know. So we're doing Invasion next Tuesday. We're kicking off Adventure 3. So for Speaking Dungeon Jedi Masters, any of our Patreons, you can get a little bit of sneak preview. That was really hard to say. Everybody, except Ad Kim, you can't look at it yet. But take a look if you're a Dungeon Jedi Master Patreon. That's what we're going to be rolling up next. I'm excited for that one. That should be pretty fun. I had fun making some monsters and some of these scenarios and that. So it should be nice, and hopefully we don't have anybody die. We had 2 sessions, or one session where somebody did die, and a session where Caesar came awfully close to dying.
Stupidly close.
Like 2 inspiration from death. But I think it's time to roll it. So just real quick, in case somebody else wants to put it in there, throw mech in now or forever hold your peace. But I'm going to have Nightbot roll it, and hopefully I did this right.
Fingers crossed.
All right, Giant the Man, you won the giveaway for the Lancer PDF. So basically, message me your email address through Whisper, and I will send you over a copy of the Lancer PDF. Unfortunately, what's their I forgot the owner or the makers of Lancer. They made it super easy. There's a gift to PDF option, which is super easy versus doing gift certificates and all the other craziness I've done from the other games. So this one will be an easy one. So let me know. I'll get that over to you. But thank you guys for joining us for our June game of the month. I'm still deciding what the July game of the month is. It's definitely going to be a free login game, but I'm torn between Alien, the Alien RPG, with like the 80s movie Aliens. I don't know what they're called again. Xenomorphs, thank you. The Xenomorphs or free logins, One Ring, the Lord of the Rings supplement. So one of those is coming in July. I think it may be a Friday game, or I'll try to find a free Wednesday, but I'm booked in Wednesday, so more to